3:48 here left in the first quarter. Clearbrook still driving. It is now going to be a 3rd down and 6 for the Wolverines.
3rd down and 6. Forced out of bounds by number 41, Nick Cabal. Just short of the 1st down, brings up 4th down.
All right, 3:19 left here in the first quarter. It is now a 4th down and 1 for the Wolverines. They will be going for it. Ball is on the Mustang 36-yard line. And we are going to get a timeout by the Wolverines. They're going to think about this.
Timeout, Friendswood.
3:18 left here in the first quarter.
Norman Brady brings you a look under the hood of Clear Creek ISC's Career and Technical Education Program. This week, we are spotlighting our dentistry program that is housed at Clear Creek High School. This program provides students the opportunity to learn a wide variety of roles within the dental industry. The dentistry program helps students gain knowledge in patient prep, sterilization of dental environment, procedure assistance, developing x-rays, administrative responsibilities, and more. Through valuable trade skills and classroom performance, students can obtain registered dental assistant certification. For more information about this program, go to ccisd.net/CTE.
And there is a flag on that play. That ball went down about the 3-yard line. Oh, and Friendswood was offside. It's 4th and 1, and Friendswood gets the offside penalty.
And that basically was just a Hail Mary throwing it up, trying to get something down there by the goal line.
And instead you get an offside for Friendswood, so it's regardless, it's a 1st down, a new set of downs for the Clearbrook Wolverines. Clearbrook is on the Friendswood 29-yard line and marching. Porter with the keep, right on the left side. He is going to be brought down about 3 on that carry.
Roney just grabbed him by the shirt, really didn't let him go.
Again, Porter knows these guys well. He is a former Friendswood Bronco back in the Bronco Little League days. I think he won a Super Bowl with Coach John Scott back in the day. Porter out to pass to Lacey, left side, caught. Lacey's going to be about a yard short of that 1st down, going to bring up a 3rd down and uno for the Wolverines just at the 20-yard line. 2:28 left here in the first quarter. Coach, it's been a nice drive for the Wolverines. This is Friendswood's first real test on defense this season.
It has been a good drive for them, which really tires the defense out. These guys want to make some stops and get off the field as quick as they can, get a break to come back in. But this is, with the penalty, is making them last a little longer, maybe getting these guys a little tired.
Trips formation to the right side, single receiver up top. Porter, Lacey in the backfield. Porter with a fake to Lacey. Lacey gonna go 5. Oh. And I tell you what, that was a nice run by Lacey, but there's a flag on the play, and it's going to go against the Wolverines. That's going to knock them back. Lacey got inside the 5-yard line, but now Clearbrook, Porter's hands are on his head. He's frustrated.
Those negative plays will hurt you. We got to make sure that we don't have those on offense. Those negative plays, you make a good positive gain and then bring it back with penalty. It's a killer, mentally and physically.
Yeah, Clearbrook was just sniffing that end zone again for Friendswood. you're gonna get scored on this year, but I know you still got a lot of pride in that first shutout. You want to keep that thing going as long as you can. It's now 3rd and 8 for the Wolverines. Porter back to pass. Going to be flushed out of the pocket. He's going to be brought. No, he's not. Still on his feet. Jackson Steves with a hit. Couldn't get him down. He's going to run out of bounds at the Friendswood 20, just inside the 25-yard line. It's going to bring up a 4th down now and about 5 for the Wolverines.
Matthew Reyes was on the chase on that one. Tried to chase him down from the backside. Almost had him. A little slippery and got out. Didn't get much yardage on that one, though.
1:52 on the clock. Clearbrook is going to go for it. Ball is on the 25-yard line. Twin receivers, both sides. Porter, Lacey offset to the right. Porter, pump fake. He is going to be brought down for the sack. Got Matthew Reyes. Who else we got in there? We've got, look like, well, for sure we had Reyes in there. We're going to get some more number. We got, I don't think Helton was in there.
It looked like 42 Seth Downs in there too, Kirk. Several white shirts, and that's a good thing. Either way you slice it. So good defense by them to make a stand on that 4th down.
So Friendswood now will start their drive on their own 29-yard line. 1st down and 10. 1:44 left here in the first quarter. Still knotted up at 0. Clearbrook first sustained drive of the ball game. But they come up empty. Friendswood, double tight formation, handoff, Pallets up the middle. There he goes. 35, about a 38-yard line, about a yard short of that 1st down. Noah's just grinding it out. He's getting some strong carries, Coach, this first series of the game.
He is. And 51, the center, David Goolsby, just laid a great block, stayed in it, pushed the guy around, and Palitz just went right up his tail, turned around the corner, and made a good run on that. It's great blocking up front.
Single receiver to both sides. Again, double tight formation. Pallets outside to the right. 40, 45. Again, another solid game by Noah. It's going to bring it down to about the 46-yard line. Going to bring up a new set of downs here for your Friendswood Mustangs. Again, appreciate everyone tuning in tonight here on MCS Sports. Apologize for a little technical difficulty that we have had. You know, neither Coach Fritz or I are known for our technical prowess. We just know football. Pallets off to the right. Got a penalty flag inside.
A lot of times that's holding when it's inside.
Probably a hold right there. Pallets again, though, another about 8-yard carry on that. He's just churning 6 or 7 a carrier now.
They are. They're going on that right side of that line. I don't think Coach Koopman agrees with that call, though, Kirk.
That'd be a shocker if he did. They are going to bring that back on the Mustangs. Coach Koopman is on the field at the numbers. Just making sure he heard that correctly.
And again, we mentioned that a minute for Clearbrook when they had that great run and then the penalty. Boy, those 2 positive runs and then the penalty, this kills you. It takes the wind out of your sails.
Absolutely. So it will be a 1st down and 20 now. 1st down 18 looks like for the Mustangs. Gurdon back to pass, flushed out, still scrambling. Got a flag on the field, still scrambling. Gurdon still scrambling, gets thrown. His offensive lineman kind of threw him into a defender right there.
They did, yeah. But when he starts scrambling, you're trying to keep those blocks. It is so hard for the O-line to keep blocking all that time, and he's running around. They're then trying to find somebody to block again. It's a tough job.
And not only was he scrambling, but there's a penalty flag on.
They're
going to decline that penalty. It's going to bring up now a. Let's see how far back. Lee, I wish I was better at math. This is a long one. Well, let's put it this way. They got to get to the Wolverine 44. They'll be snapping from their own 30. That's a
25, something like that?
Yeah, we'll give them to go 26, because I'll be more precise than that.
41 seconds here in the first.
Twin receivers of both sides. Gurdon, you would think it's a passing down. It is. Out the Palets on the 25, caught 30. 35, nice stiff arm.
And a penalty. He might hit him out of bounds.
Late hit.
He might hit him out of bounds.
That could be the late hit. And I tell you what, for Clearbrook, that's just got to be frustrating. You've got him pinned back for forever, and you're going to give it up like that?
And, you know, on the kids' side, they're just taught to play and play to the whistle, and it's so difficult for a young man, a 16, 17-year-old, to come out there and to pull out of that hit. You know, you can't. Yeah, I know you teach it that way, but it is tough when they're going 100 miles an hour and they try to pull out of it.
Coach Flores just put his head down just to frustrate you. Like you got him in the position you want, and you give that up. New set of downs. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball is on the Wolverine 46-yard line. 34 seconds left here in the first quarter. Knotted up at 0. Trips formation to the right side. Garden looking for that screen. Sit up. Nice. Got some blockers in front. There's a flag, though. And thrown out of bounds. Tomko on the reception. And we are going to have a penalty. It's going to bring it back.
Looks like another hold.
Holding on
John
McCabe
McCabe.
At the receiver spot. We had some nice blocking set up.
And those mentioned those penalties, Kirk. They can just really just give such a negative impact.
Absolutely.
I know
that was McCabe again. Tomko on that run. Nice pitch and catch there with Tomko, but just not sure you need the hold right there. Got some good blocking up front. Just let Tomko do what he does. He's a hard runner. But
they set it up perfectly. It was a great little screenplay. The Mustangs set it up great. Just had that penalty.
So it is 2nd down and 8 now. 6 seconds left here and counting. Garden balls on the turf, and he just gets rid of that ball looking for Pallets on the right side. Nothing doing, and that's going to do it here for the first quarter. Score is Friendswood 0, Clearbrook 0. The battle of Friendswood has turned into a defensive battle here to start this game. While we have a break, we'll tell you about Hometown Bank with 7 locations to serve you, including 2 in Friendswood, FM 528 at Bay Area Boulevard and on South Friendswood Drive. Hometown Bank is your community bank with hometown pride. They are locally owned and operated, which means customers come first, and they work hard to make Friendswood a great place to live by sponsoring local events and charities, including our MCS Sports broadcast. Their personable staff will make you feel at home right from the start. Do you like your bank? You should. Maybe it's time to learn the community bank difference. Visit Hometown Bank on the web at htbna.bank. Member FDIC. Jack, I don't know if you bank at Hometown Bank. I do a little bank at Hometown Bank. Big fan of the Hometowners.
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody in the hometown there right in Friendswood. Seems like there's bank on every corner. You got your choices, but Hometown Bank, good place to be.
Absolutely. I know what little money I have is well taken care of there by those Hometowners. Well, again, Coach, first quarter, it's a wash.
It is. And, Coach Koopman's out there talking to the referees and umpires and everybody who'll listen right now. He's in his, 7th season here at Friendswood. Been coaching for 34 years. It's a long time. I'm sure he's had lots of experiences and things like that. He's got a 58 and 26, 69% winning percentage in his 7 seasons here at Friendswood.
Absolutely. A lot of that, of course, was done on the 6A level a few years ago. Pettis with a handoff. Can't bring him down. Still running 35-30. That's a first down, but we've got
another
a little
penalty.
laundry. Pettis is having a nice game tonight of run, but that's going to go on against the Wolverines. That will be declined. That's a first down. Again, last week it was a 3-headed monster. This week so far it's 2-headed, but mainly it's been all Noah Palitz. You got Tomko in right now for him. First run of the second quarter. Friendswood going left to right on your computer screen. Tomko, nice cut. Looking for some running room still.
Helmet's come off. His helmet come off on that one.
About a 7-yard gain. Joey Tomko gets down to the 20, and he will have to come out. That helmet did pop. And is that Pettis coming back in? We have another. No, we are going to have. It's like Veach coming in. Yeah, it is going to be Jared Veach.
It is 37, yes, sir, number 37. He had a great week last week. I think he had about 69 yards. He had a great week last week run the football. It looks like, Kirk, that the Mustangs are going away from the double receivers. It's single set. More linemen.
Yeah.
More linemen. You got a double tight end, trying to get a little power here, and it's working so far.
And watch for Cole Kelly at that tight end spot, too. He's sneaky right there. They're going to pass it up top. It's going to be incomplete.
Trying to get over the top play to McCabe.
Look like McCabe, yeah. Good coverage that time for the Wolverines. McCabe and he's looking back in that sun, too. It's not helping, but that was just good coverage that time. And Veach back out. Palis back in.
Good to have McKay back. He had a hurt ankle last week. Didn't get to finish the game. I'm glad to see him playing this week.
Got to think this is going to be a chance for Palis right here. Again, 3rd down and 3. Palis with the run. Nice cut. Lost the football. Oh, no. Loses the ball. It's going to be recovered by the Wolverines. And another drive stopper. It wasn't the penalties this time. It was the slippery fingers. Palis coughed it up. Wolverines, Johnny on the spot.
I don't know his number. Looked like 23 got in there, got his hand on the ball. Palis barely took a step. You could see his face looking back at the ball, and he dropped it. Didn't know where it was.
Davian Willis on that recovery. Oh, goodness. Palis just came in from a breather. 10:58 left here in the first half. Clearbrook, they're just taking a deep breath on that one because Friendswood was driving in control. And with Palis, he's been getting 6 or 7 a carry. He would have had that first down.
I believe so, too. And here again, we got to keep that defense, keep them from getting winded.
Going to be a Lacey on the carry up the middle. First down and then some for that young man. Again, Lacey, only a sophomore. Going to bring the ball up to the Wolverine 36-yard line. Friends had a 3-down set that time, and Lacey took advantage of the lack of linemen that time and found a spot, and off he went.
Looks like last week he was 22 carries, 82 yards, and 1 touchdown for a 3.7 average. Not a bad week at the office.
No, absolutely not.
For a sophomore, too.
Twin receivers to the right. Lacey, he's going to be brought down. Lacey tried to hop a lineman, and he is stuck that time by number 10 for your Mustangs, Dane Roney. Roney would have none of that. Going to bring up now it's going to be a flag on the play. A lot of flags here, Coach, first half.
Well, last week, I believe Friendswood only had 2 the whole first half.
Yes.
We definitely tripled that today.
This one will go against the Wolverines, number 76, Quentin Effinger. Effinger's 2nd year on varsity. Nice sophomore season for that young man. Looking to be a leader as a junior, but that one's going to be brought back. 10:35 left here in the first half, knotted at 0.
Looks like, Kirk, we have a new quarterback in for Brook to Cameron McAllister. Number 16 looks like he's in the ball game.
Sophomore QB. Twins to both sides. McAllister hit from behind, drop. Dane Roney with a sack. Blind side hit. And I tell you what, McAllister got a fine, but had a lineman. McAllister got blown into. Roney, that is a linebacker's dream.
Absolutely,
right there.
absolutely. He just came off the edge. That first step explosion made the tackle. Looks like he rolled up on 77 at Clearbrook.
Got up, still in the game. Nice job, that young man. But Dane Roney, you could almost see him salivating as he came off that edge, away from up here. My goodness, he burst the speed on that. Going to be twin receivers to both sides again. McAllister again is in at quarterback. 4-down lineman for your Mustangs. McAllister to flat, misses it, throws it. Intercepted. 30,
Connor
25,
Haynes, number 5.
20, 10. Will it get in? No, he's brought down just inside the 10-yard line. Threw it right to Haynes. Haynes, great punt return. That was an easy catch.
That had to be miscommunication. I think the receiver ran the wrong route. He did a stop, and I think he might have been going to go. We call it a stick route where you make a 1 step back to you. He looks like he came out about 10, 11 yards, made a step back to the quarterback. Should have been a go. And there was Connor Haynes standing right there. That was almost too easy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know Haynes had to be thinking, am I really? Is he throwing this to me right here?
He knows I'm on the other team, right?
No one else around him. I mean, he's caught punch tougher situations than that, Coach.
He has. He went right to him. It's kind of one of those, look what I found.
Wow, huge mistake for the Wolverines.
Well, we mentioned it just a minute ago that Friendswood turnover killed their drive. Now the same thing, Clearbrook.
But we're bringing it back now, though, to the Wolverine 30. A penalty out there?
Don't know.
Well, regardless, it is Friendswood's football. Ball's on the had a hold on that return. 30-yard line. Get him about to the just inside the 20 now for a first down.
Number 4, Dawson Johnson on the catch on that one.
Well, Dawson's got some good hands.
He
does.
does.
You throw it near him, he's going to bring that thing in. Nice pitch and catch from Gurdon to Johnson. First and 10 now inside the hometown bank of Friendswood red zone. 9:21 left here in the first half. No score, but Friendswood knocking on the door. Twin receivers to the left side. Gurdon looking left, now looks right. Oh, just going to overthrow.
He had Cole Kelly, Kirk, right in the middle. He was waving his hands. He's 6'5". I don't know how much taller he can be there. Waving his hands there. I think he was open right in the middle. It's hard, I'm sure, for Gordon to see all those big boys up front and the D-line, but it looks like he was open right in the middle of the field.
He was, and then he ended up trying to tell Cooksey to roll on a little further. Gordon just gets rid of it. Doesn't get sacked, which is good. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for the Mustangs. Again, Mustangs moving left to right on your computer screen. Trips formation. Kelly in tight. Gordon. Oh, he's got Kelly. He didn't see him. Didn't see him. Threw it to Pelitz. Pelitz caught it. Great job of hanging on to that football.
Tried to set up that side screen again, and Cole Kelly's got his hands on his head saying, oh, my goodness, I'm open. Please look at me.
Had him on that seam and just had him, but just didn't see it. Pelitz, again, good credit for that young man to keep that ball in Friendswood possession because he was almost hit before that ball got there. 3rd down and 14 now for the Mustangs. Mustangs got to come up with some points here on this drive. 200 receivers to both sides.
Run a little gut route right here, see if we can get him open in the middle.
Gordon, pass across the middle. Oh, he went to double coverage. That time looking for Johnson.
Yeah, he was doubled up on that one.
Tough catch for Johnson. That is going to bring up, looks like an opportunity for a field goal here for the Mustangs.
Maybe earlier they might have gone for it earlier in the game, but I think tonight they're trying to get some points on the board. This is going to be a tough battle, 0-0 right now. 8:30 in the 2nd quarter, just trying to get the points on the board.
Ryan Sweeney in to do the kicking duties for your Mustangs. Ball will be spotted on the 30, 40-yard attempt. Snap is back, ball is down, kick is up, and the kick is just a little to the left. Just would have snuck over, I believe, but a little to the left for, again, that was Ryan Sweeney on the kick, junior kicker. So the shutout continues. Nothing in this battle of Friendswood. If you love defensive football, you love this. However, if you also love penalty-ridden football, you're going to love this too, because we've seen a lot of those. It's not so much the defense played well on both sides. It's been more the penalties that have hurt you this game.
It's killed the offense. Each team has had a chance to get something going. The penalty just killed each side, and it takes everything out of yourselves. It hurts you mentally as much as it does physically there on the field.
We take the last interception by Haynes, gets within the 5-yard line, and the penalty brings it back to the 30. Porter back in the ball game now at quarterback. He took a lick.
He just fell down. Nobody was around him. I don't know if he tripped over his running back or what.
Unless he got him tripped up. Yeah, I look up. He's on the ground. But
there was no Mustang around him. I'm not sure what happened there.
2nd down and 10. I'm trying to give the Mustangs some credit, but you're right. You called me out on that one.
Well, I just call it like I see it. I call it like I see it. I'm sorry.
Trips formation to the right side for Porter. Clearbrook moving right to left on your computer screen. Single receiver down to the left. Wade in coverage on that left. Porter looking for that man. That ball going to be thrown out of bounds. Really no chance. You're looking for Nathan Barnett on that. Wade in coverage.
And another great job by the D-line collapsing that pocket pretty quickly and maybe making him throw it sooner than he wanted to before the receivers threw his break. But great job on the D-line getting in there. There's maybe an injury timeout on the field, I think. Maybe a tweaked ankle. Looks like number 70 having to come off for Clearbrook. Can't get the number. Yeah, I can't see the number. They had to stop the play to get another player out there.
So 8:17 left here in the first half. 0-0 is our score. 3rd down and 10 for the Wolverines. Clearbrook looking to get a little yardage here to get deep out of their territory. Porter winds up, goes deep. Almost intercepted by Luke Sanchez. Ball was tipped. I looked like he's going to Thompson on that, but Sanchez hit him right in the chest after it was tipped, though.
Yeah, I don't think he's quite ready for it. It was a hard thrown ball, tipped. It kind of just changed its trajectory a little bit, and he dropped it. That's unfortunate because it looked like he had some room to roam in front of him.
So Haynes will come in to return this punt just in his own territory. For Clearbrook, they'll be kicking the ball from their own 10, about the 15 once they get this thing off.
Number 6, Curtis Zuckerberg back to play.
Again, Friendswood has had opportunities, has just not been able to capitalize on them. Clearbrook's had one themselves. Oh, the ball's dropped.
Here's another one.
Loose. Opportunity again for the Mustangs.
Pressure by Spiller. Elliott Spiller, number 8, pressure on that.
And he's going to be brought down inside the hometown Bank of Friendswood red zone. Friendswood will start this drive on the Wolverine 15. And again, opportunities. You got to take advantage of these things right here. Friendswood will start this drive 15 yards away from pay dirt.
Little turnover there, a little bad. I think it was a decent snap, but he just dropped it. Elliott Spiller was in there quick, trying to wreak some havoc, knock the ball down. We get it. Hopefully we can capitalize on this mistake.
Double tight formation for your Mustangs. Payless in at tailback. Single receiver both sides. Payless with a handoff around the left side. Get a block, can't quite get it. Following behind Nemechek there. Nemechek had one block but had two guys to take care of it. Can't do all of it by himself. Payless goes down, gets about a yard.
Looked like number 43, Theodore Randall, the mock backer, a senior, 5'7", 214 coming in on the tackle there.
Second down and 9 now for the Mustangs again in the hometown Bank of Friendswood red zone. Got to find a way to get at least 3. Hopefully you can get 7. Gurdon, Payless up the middle. Payless brought down again, about a 2-yard gain. Clearbrook's defense stiffening up.
He dropped the ball. They're calling him down, though, Kirk, but he did. He dropped the ball as soon as he hit, and they're calling the ground calls the fumble. They're calling him down on that play.
We're watching the replay here on the big board. Looks like, yeah, ball was there. Turf brought it out. 3rd down and 7. Yeah, sigh of relief indeed.
That's a break for us.
Twin receivers to the right side for Gurdon. Ball is spotted on the 12 of the Wolverines. Twin receivers to the right, twin to the left. Gurdon back to pass. Gurdon across the middle, got a man caught. That is going to be
Elizondo, 15.
Yeah, just enough for the first down. Patrick Elizondo again on the reception. Friendswood has a fresh 4 on the 5.
Had some crossing patterns there to get the defense try to make a mistake. And Elizondo was open there, just caught it and hit the ground. Nothing crazy after the catch, just make a solid catch, hit the ground, and give us another set of downs here.
Double tight formation for the Mustangs. Got to believe a heavy dose of Payless right here. Payless left side, get a block, got it, outside, going to step into the end zone.
No penalties, no flags.
4-6. Nothing on the turf. Head official looks back, says clean. That's 6 for your Mustangs. Noah Payless outside. No one was going to stop him. 6:29 on the clock for Friendswood's first score.
It was great blocking by number 1, John McCabe, to seal that edge outside so that the cornerback couldn't get to him. He goes in there untouched.
Payless stays in to do the holding.
That's Mueller on the kick.
Mueller on the kick is good. 7 for your Mustangs, 0 for the Wolverines. And yes, that sound you heard was a sigh of relief. That might have been a sigh of relief from Coach Koopman, because you can hear it up here. After all the penalties and the opportunities, you got 7 on the board, and that defense is still pitching that shutout. One little update, the only other game going on tonight in district is Rosenberg-Terry up on Dulles 7-0, just starting the second quarter. Last night, district teams in action. Wow, this was a shocker. Richmond Foster took one on the chin, number 3 team in the state, 49-35. Took a loss to Fort Bend Travis. Shadow Creek doing Shadow Creek things to Magnolia, 49-0 last night. They're looking to get back to state. G-Ball beats Yates 9-0 on the island. Hightower came up short last night versus Marshall. Marshall's only number 2 in the state. No slight to Hightower right there. And Texas City gets blown up by the Clear Falls Knights, 49-7. Been in this area a long time. Don't see Clear Falls on top of many teams, 49-7.
I'm not sure. The last time Texas City lost that bad, I'm sure there's a long time.
Kickoff goes back. Little dipsy-do. Fake, nothing doing though. Going to be Ryan Parks in. Ryan Parks not fooled by that tomfoolery. Some scores going on right now on the big board. 24-6, so you got Dobie. Well, this is a 22. You got a Pasadena score. Dobie on top of Bel Air, 14-7. Pearland on top of Memorial, 21-7. Bridgeland on top of Stratford 17-0. Cy Woods on top of Spring 14-6. SFA over Maid Creek 14-7. And here we go, back to live action. Twin receivers to both sides for Porter and the Wolverines, looking to get anything on the board here before half. Porter back to pass, got some pressure from Roney, rolls out to the right side, drills one short, looking for number 5, Jaron Harbin.
It looked like 41 Nick About get a little pressure in there too. Yep, 41 Nick About's in the game there, get a little pressure to the quarterback.
You got a bow in there, you got your 4-back set though, and they like that on those passing downs.
Yeah, he had to throw that ball short. Might have had the man open, he had to throw it in the dirt so it wouldn't get picked off or tipped.
2nd down and 10 now for Wolverines. Friendswood defense, again, working 5 quarters straight on a shutout. Would love to keep things down here tight, give that Friendswood offense one more chance to maybe get 14 on the board before this first half is over. Twin receivers to both sides again for the Wolverines. Roney spread out on coverage.
Oh, great play by Haynes.
Caught the ball. Nothing doing that time. Thompson looking for a block, just can't pick it up.
They tried to block Connor Haynes on that. Connor Haynes actually blew the guy up that was guarding him. You can see the receiver talking to the other guy to tell him to block, but he is talking to block, and Connor Haynes was having none of it.
Well, that's tough to see, too, your teammates, though, going at each other right there. I mean,
that's the mental aspect that you talk
right
about.
There,
yes, sir.
Sure. You know, you see that, Coach, a lot of times it snowballs and there's some frustration, and right now I feel like that's what you see on Thompson's face. Trips formation to the left, Thompson the single receiver to the right. Porter barks it out. Porter looking for Thompson up top. Ball's going to be picked off.
What a play by Connor Haynes, number 5.
Absolutely. That's his second pick. That's 2 on the game for Haynes. This was a little bit tougher.
He looked like Mike Trout out there, snagging one down in the outfield with a dive. What a play. Left his feet, dove out, caught it clean. You mentioned a minute ago, get that big play, try to get Friendswood another chance.
There you go. Ball is already going to be in that hometown bank of Friendswood red zone. Well, now they're saying what? What are we saying here? They're saying no catch, saying to hit the turf. Okay. We got a lot better view than I do.
I guess so.
Take that turnover back away from Haynes, still sitting at 1. You know what, Haynes back there right now, return a kick. I tell you what is in his mind. He goes, I'm just going to take this one to the house.
Right, I'll make up for it. I'll take this one about, 45 yards.
Yes, sir. Haynes is on the 45, scooting up a little bit. Oh, goodness, I don't know.
Oh,
kick by Porter is going to go way out of bounds. And they're going to do the sideline march. You don't march far. Goes to the 33-yard line of the Wolverines. So still good field position. Not quite as good as it would have been if they would have given Haynes that pick. But 5:20 left.
Still plenty of time to make something happen out here, Kirk. We've been running it with a heavy dose of running backs, Palets, Tomko. We might see that. Try to run this clock down, score there at the end, and go in with a nice 14-0 lead. We'll see.
Our halftime show, we have all kind of stuff coming at halftime. We have Coach Koopman, and we have some special guests. We have you with a special interview. I'm not even going to spoil that one, so we'll let the listeners. Can't wait to hear you and your interview. Wow, scary pass out there on the left side by Gurdon. That seemed to hang out there forever. However, it is caught for we'll get it back to the line of scrimmage. Was that Dawson Johnson?
No, so that was out to McCabe, number 1, John McCabe.
Going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for the Mustangs. Again, 4:50 and counting. Ball is on the Wolverine 33. Up, had a little movement, and they caught him. Thought I was the only one that saw it. Dadgummit.
Well, if we see it from up here, I think
Coach, you're right.
A lot of people probably see it from where they are, too.
I saw it. I tried to turn away like I didn't see it. You saw it. Right side of the line move. Going to back him up.
If you didn't see it, it didn't happen, right?
That's right. 2nd down now and 15 for the Mustangs. Band's down there practicing. You can hear them right now. Boy, they sound great. Ready for that halftime show. Friendswood band ready to go. Gurdon back to pass. Left side, that's going to be caught. Tomko swarmed. Going to be a reception of, we're going to give him one. On that is Joey Tomko. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 14 now for your Mustangs.
Yeah, there was a host of Wolverines on that one making that play. Not much there.
Brings up 3rd down and 14.
You probably coach right here, 4-down territory, I would say, in this spot, unless you really want to pin Clearbrook down deep and see what you can do. Trips formation to the right side, single receiver left, Garden. Back to pass. That single receiver, that ball was caught. McCabe was just turf monster got him, it looks like.
Yeah, not much on that.
Give him about a yard maybe, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And we'll see what they're going to do. They are going to punt, try to pin Clearbrook deep in their own territory. Again, though,
3:40 and the clock's running.
this is, again, nice time to have Garden as your punter, too.
Number 2.
See if you can hang one up there and pin them back.
Yeah, Clearbrook's not going to send one returner back. They're
Nope.
going to watch for the fake here, and rightfully so. Woo. Ball hit the dirt. Garden gets it off.
Nice punt.
That's going to bring, no, keep it down, keep it
Yes.
down. Caught.
Beautiful.
Brought down to the 2-yard line. Garden pins it down there, and the coverage team gets down and makes a nice play.
Look like, I can't see his number down there. It's a great job of him, though.
Well, that's Coach Teddy Thomas' special team staff. I tell you what, those guys, well coached by Coach Thomas. Now defense, pin their ears back, see what you can do right here, see if you can get a safety on this one.
That was 14 Trey Mapp, who's in the game after leaving last week. Good for him.
Porter will start this drive on their own 2-yard line. Handoff to Lacey, gonna just pound his way up the middle. About 4 yards for Mr. Lacey. Bring up a 2nd down now and 6, or then maybe give him 5. Get you a little breathing room for Shane Porter and his Wolverines.
And if I'm Clearbrook, maybe I'm just trying to run the ball out, run the clock. I'd hope my Friendswood doesn't call a timeout and just get out of here with only 7 points down.
Friendswood does have 2 timeouts remaining. Porter with a pass. That ball's caught, a little slant route. That is going to be enough for a Wolverine 1st down.
Number 18, Nathan Barnett, wide receiver, sophomore.
That just takes your theory and blows her out
Blows
the
it
window.
out of the water.
Coach. Absolutely.
That's why I'm up here, not down there.
So there you go. Clearbrook looking to put some points on the board, trying to march this thing. Ball's on their own 15. Porter again back to pass. Got some running room at the left side. Going to put his head down and get out of bounds. About the 21-yard line. About a 6-yard gain for Shane Porter.
And that stops the clock. He was pushed out of bounds by number 16, Bright Wade, to 27 to go.
Wade, that's that good DB leg sleeve on him right there. That's a DB for you. I tell you, I love them DB boy. They got to have confidence out there on those islands, you know, sometimes. And
oh yeah, they're out there by themselves. And Bright Wade's a quality kid too.
Absolutely.
Works hard, nice and quick. Good kid, real good kid.
I love it. Porter back to pass, got Thompson across the middle. Just going to be brought down short of that 1st down.
Nick about on the stop. He was right on top of that the whole time.
Good coverage by About for sure. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. 2, 10, and counting.
About a yard short of the 1st down.
Porter says, let's go. Got Lacey in the back. You think he's got to be looking for Lacey right here on the run. Does. Lacey, nice cut up the right side. Head to the left, cut the middle. So enough for a 1st down and then some. Gets it out to the 35-yard line of the Wolverines. This drive continues for Clearbrook, though that clock's running. Now, Clearbrook's got all 3 timeouts remaining.
Trey Mapp tripped him up, otherwise that'd have gone for some more yards. Pressure, Roney, boom!
Got him down right there. Yes, sir.
Porter was back to pass and a sack by number 10, Dane Roney.
Roney, he loves that right there. That's his 2nd of the game, I believe, maybe his 3rd.
I think he was almost surprised he was that wide open.
I was.
He kind of slowed up a little bit, and then he realized, oh, wait a minute. No, they're letting me do it. I don't understand why. But
Clearbrook burns their first timeout. Going to be a second down and about 15. When we come back, again, Rainey, part of that three-headed monster at linebacker. Those seniors, all those playing times, the sophomores, they've been out there. And you add A-Bat to the mix, and I tell you what, that's a strong core group. And that Coach Bolden has at his disposal.
Absolutely. And Roney at 6'1", 215, and he can run, too. He's not a slow kid. He can fly. So him coming at you that speed and that big, from the blind side especially, that's going to hurt.
Oh, my gosh, absolutely. Again, halftime show coming up here at 1:36. Got all kind of special guests for you. All our pregame interviews, along with Coach Fritz and his special halftime guest. If you enjoy AC/DC, you're in the right spot, as we are blaring it right here from the loudspeakers at Challenger Stadium. Back to live action. Oh, he's going to be brought down. Roney, no, he didn't get him back. Somehow Porter gets off to Lacey, and Lacey going to run almost for a first down.
How did he not make that sack, Kirk?
I'll give Porter credit.
You have to give him credit, absolutely.
Porter is just wrapped up. I mean, Roney's whispering who knows what in his ear. That's how close he is. Somehow Porter slips that ball out of there. Lacey, great job. That is enough for a first down.
And they're doing a speed-up, hurry-up offense right now, trying to get some points before the time runs out.
Porter back to pass. Going to just out of the outstretched arms that time of,
that was Barnett, number 18.
Barnett again. Oh, my goodness. Porter is going to be dreaming about Dane Roney tonight.
Or maybe nightmares, one of the two.
It's going to have to be nightmares.
Right. And Barnett's only a sophomore, Kirk, 6 foot, 175, good-looking kid out there at the X receiver.
Clock stops 1:06. Clearbrook still got a long way to go. Ball's on their own 45. Nice drive. Just started with very little time on the clock. Left here in the first half. Trips receivers to the right. Porter back to pass, going to the single receiver side. Looking for Lorenzo Thompson. Overthrows him. That's the right way to go. Thompson puts on the burners. But just overthrown. Thompson ends up with about the xylophones down there in the Friendswood band. I tell you what, he's multi-talented, but I don't know if he can play those. I don't even have a nickname for the xylophones, so we're going to leave it at that. The glockenspiel, maybe? I don't know. Third down and 10 now for the Wolverines. Ball is on their own 45-yard line. 1:01 left here in the first half. Welcome back, Coach Fritz.
It's a hard job up here, folks. It's a hard job up here. I tell you.
Porter looking to dump it off to Lacey.
Yeah.
Lacey dropped it. He dropped it. They're going to call that incomplete.
Incomplete.
Oh, goodness. 55 seconds left. That it will bring up a punting situation for the Wolverines. Friendswood will get the ball back with 55 seconds left.
Looks like we caught a break on that. He might have been able to scoot that another 6 yards and get the first down with 55 seconds to go. Or I think we made it. Yeah, it's right on the 45.
Haynes just in that sunspot right down. Get a little short punt. Let him catch this thing in the shade here. Again, Friendswood will have 2 timeouts when they get the ball back. We'll see if we can put together a little run back. That kick should be returned. Yes, it is. Haynes, 18, 20, 30, 35, 40. He's going to be brought down just inside the 40-yard line to the own 38-yard line. 43 seconds on the clock. Friendswood, again, has 2 timeouts remaining. A couple of quick strikes here, maybe getting us a field goal range before the first half. And what a great job of that Friendswood defense, Coach. That's 6 straight quarters of shutout football.
And the pressure they're getting, that's the key. It's getting the pressures from the D-line, and the linebackers able to get in there, make some plays, but the D-line is playing awesome tonight. Proud of those guys up front. You know they work hard. I know Coach Jackson, we'll hear from him in a minute, how proud he is of those guys and the hard work they put in each and every day.
Gurdon looking to put more on the board. Rolls to his right. Got a man.
Elizondo.
Caught. Elizondo out of bounds inside Wolverine territory at the 47-yard line. And again, great job of using the boundaries, and you got the 2 timeouts. So you don't have to use the boundaries. You want to save 1 for that field goal. 47-yard line. Got to think you got to at least try to get this ball down to about the 20 to get a field goal range. Garden back to pass. Oh, it's incomplete. Drop.
Just a smidgen behind him, it looked like.
Is that McCabe on
Yes,
there?
sir, number one. It was thrown a little behind him, just a little bit. He tried to reach back and grab it. Couldn't put his hands on it, both of them to get it to bring it in. Just a little behind him, though.
We'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 now. Stops the clock. 33 seconds left. Again, Friendswood up 7-0. Would like another score. And
Timeout.
Clearbrook will call the timeout. Clock's already stopped. Make sure you got everything lined out the way you want it. Well, we got a timeout. We'll update you on the other score in District 10, 5A tonight. Terry still on top of Dulles. That score is 7-0. That game being played in Sugarland this evening. I'll double check. Not only high school football going on today, of course, all you college football fans, I know you're probably listening to us while you watch some of those games. There's been some good ones today. The UT game just kicked off. UT's already down 3-0. Matthew McConaughey will be upset for sure.
Just don't tell me the Tennessee score.
I am not going to tell you any Tennessee score. Can I tell you the A&M final?
You can tell me the A&M, yes, sir.
A&M took it on the chin, 24-10. Respectable, but a loss all the same. I'm not an Aggie fan, so I don't feel bad. Gurdon rolls out, pass, ball is incomplete. Nice breakup, and he'll let you know that. Look like Colby McAllister.
Number 1, John McCabe, incomplete.
And that was to John McCabe, number 1.
3rd down and 10. Clock stops at 29 seconds. And I'll update all you Baylor fans because I know you're out there. 63-14, the Bears. 3rd and 10, 47-yard line. Need to get at least to the 20. Gurdon across the middle. Got a man caught. Dawson Johnson. Oh, got tripped up. 1st down. That will bring it down inside. Well, they're going to spot it right at the 20 because you got to think that's at least field goal range now for the Mustangs. Of course, the Mustangs want 6.
And we just call that little gut route. He just runs up the seam. He breaks inside.
Wide open.
And, you know, what the quarterback's got to do is look off that safety. If that safety cuts over one side, he can seam it right in there. Great catch. Got a few extra yards after the catch. We're going to be on the 20-yard line. Surely we can get at least a field goal out of this, Kurt.
Absolutely. You know those guys, they want that 6 right now.
Absolutely.
Again, time on the clock, 23 seconds here from Challenger Stadium. Coach Fritz, I know you've been up here many times in different roles. This is one of the nicer stadiums in this area.
It is a great place to watch a football game, Kirk. You're right. It's a beautiful stadium. I know they share this with all the CCISD schools. They take turns of who they play, but they've got meeting facilities at one end. We've had some athletic meetings over there. Really nice, and you can see the whole field up here. There's nothing, no pillars in the middle. It's a great place to watch football.
Now, I know we're here tonight with Jacob LaRue, coach, and Cody. Cody's back. I think Cody's just been eating snacks the whole time. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. But we're gonna shoot it down to Cody when we can. Later, Cody's doing a great job as always. Ball is outside of Pallets. Pallets goes out to the 15-yard line.
17.3 seconds on the clock.
Ball is down just inside the 15-yard line. Again, 17 seconds on the clock. Friends are trying to get 7 more on the board. Tomko comes in at tailback.
But they've got Palitz out there
Yes,
in
he
the
is.
slot.
Going for him. Just thought throw it. Just couldn't quite get his outstretched hands on it. It's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 4. Again, Friendswood can still get a 1st down to the 10. 13 seconds on the clock. 1 timeout left for your Mustangs. Got Elizondo coming back in. He's going to be lined up wide right. Johnson in the middle. Trips formation. Cole Kelly in the slot. Garden throws it out to Palitz. Outside. Palitz just going to be short of that 1st down, though. I think he runs out of the 11.
He does. He's at least a yard and a half short, maybe 2.
It's going to be about It's going to be
Well,
short regardless. But they're going to bring in the field goal unit, I believe.
4th down and 1.
Yeah, so they marked it at the 11. So with 7 seconds.
Travis Mueller coming in to do the
Yep.
kick this time. It will be a 28-yard attempt. Ball will be spotted on the right hash. Palis into hold. Snaps back. Good snap. Ball is down. Kick is up.
Oh,
Kick
squeaker.
just snuck over. I want to say maybe it was 10. I'm trying to
Maybe
give
it
him some
was
credit.
10.
Or he might have got a little turf on that. But regardless, he got the 3.
Yeah, with 2.4 left, 10-point lead. But you know, with the penalties, Kirk, with the turnovers, this game could turn around really quick in the second half, and hopefully it goes our way. But you know, it's tough. Just looking here at the clock. Okay, 2.4. Yeah, so it's a tough game tonight. There's by no means is this game over. We got to make sure we get in there at halftime, make some adjustments. I'm sure both teams, both coaches will, and we're going to have some special plays in the second half that might make the difference in the game.
I think Friendswood right here, Coach. You just come in, scribble one up the middle a little bit, let it bounce around, touch somebody, and
absolutely
get this thing to halftime. Then let the bands do their thing, and we have halftime guest. We have Coach Josh Fritz's maiden voyage in the interview role. Again, with just a special FISD guest. And Cody has been down collecting interviews while we're up here working hard. He's been down there. So we'll see what Cody came up with at the half. Ball is squibbed, and it's going to be down at the 31-yard line. So Clearbrook will get one shot. So they just come out and kneel it and go, or they'll take a shot. Imagine with 31, you just put this thing on the ground and take that knee and go.
First down and 10 at the 31.
Thank you, everyone, for listening tonight on MCS Sports. Tonight, again, just a great job, as always, by Mr. Jacob LaRue. Get us on air. And the technical difficulties earlier had nothing to do with that young man. It was, we're going to call it Wi-Fi issues. That's always my go-to. Porter with the knee, and that's going to do it here for the first half from Challenger Stadium. Your Friendswood Mustangs on top of Clearbrook 10-0 in the Battle of Friendswood. We'll be right back here on MCS Sports.
That is the end of the first half.
Got a very special guest. I mean, when I'm talking guests, we really went top notch here. We're going with none other than my friend and coaching partner, Coach Parker Garcia. Coach, how you doing tonight?
I didn't do any air quotes when you said friend, by the way. So I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Looks like Friendswood's got a tough game on their hands tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're struggling a little bit, but it looks like we'll find it. We're starting to find the rhythm there at the second half.
Well, Coach, you know that I know. We've been friends for 14 years, no air quotes on that. I've been working together now for going on 5 years down in the athletic department. So tell the rest of the listeners, what is it that you do at the junior high?
Boys coordinator, I oversee all the sports and make sure everything runs smoothly, and that includes, games, setting up schedules, and it's a busy job, keeps me busy. It's fun.
It is fun. So on Friday nights, many of us junior high coaches have certain things we have to do on Friday nights. We got Coach Mavis who's filming. We got Coach Hollier who's doing stats. What is it you do on Friday nights on the sidelines?
I'm charting the defense, what happens when we're on defense. That means the other team's offensive production, how they line up and how many yards they get and which way the ball went, things like that. So it keeps me busy when we're on defense and I get to sit and watch the offense.
And when you're over there on the sidelines, just how many of those boys have you coached as they came up to the junior high?
Well, I was thinking about it as I was down there. It's funny you asked because, it didn't matter if they were A team, B team, or C team like we categorize them down there at the junior high. I see all levels up here, and it's fun. It's what keeps me focused over there, and I like to see them grow up and progress and perform and get on the sidelines and, have a good time playing football, and they're still at it. So it's a joy to watch. It really is.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, don't you have a kid in the junior high now?
I do have a kid at junior high.
All right.
Sixth grader. They're growing up fast.
And you're going to have a kid at the junior high for how many total years in a row we've talked about this?
9 in a row.
It keeps you young, doesn't it?
Well, I'm trying not to blink because they're getting faster by the minute and bigger by the day. So.
Absolutely. So when you take those stats and everything, you give the Coach Bolden. He uses that. What does he use those stats for?
Well, sometimes they'll come in while the offense is on the field to come take a look at the other team's tendency. As I think that they're just trying to figure out what their strengths are, what's working and what's not. But it's a lot to keep up with, especially when a team doesn't go to a huddle. So I got to keep them on my toes. But yeah, I believe they take a look at that just to kind of see how they want to continue playing defense or what they want to change.
And that's just one of the many things we mentioned last week on the broadcast, especially at the home game. The massive amount of people that are involved in putting on this production. It is not an easy job.
If you go down to the sidelines, all you got to do is take a look around, and we've got anything from athletic trainers. I'm talking students. Athletic trainers, they're over there. I got trainers for a football team. Some of the guys that are involved. Even there's doctors on the field too. They've got sons playing, but they're there to help out if needed. So yeah, it's a lot of work. Put in on Friday night or a Saturday in this case. Yeah,
in this case, Saturday Night Lights, as they like to say. A beautiful stadium here at the Challenger Stadium. We've been here before. You also drive a bus too, don't you?
Yes, I do. It's helpful. We have to at the junior high. We got to drive all our sports teams around. So the high school uses us to do the same thing. But I don't mind. It's fun.
Oh yeah, I've done it. I did it with you for 4 years until I took this job, and it's a good time just to be involved and like you said, like being on the sidelines, seeing the kids grow up, and they're a little bigger than when we had them in the junior high, aren't they?
They are bigger. Like I said, kids mature at different levels. So they could have not find their full potential in the junior high, and then next thing you know, there's a sophomore, and they're getting on the field, getting some playing time. So it really is fun to see them get up here and do something for the high school that they love to do, get on the field and play.
And a minute ago, you mentioned the junior high. So what is the state of the junior high athletics right now? We've got football season going in full swing, basketball around the corner, cross country. So what's the state of just the boys' side of athletics at the junior high right now?
Well, football is always the busiest time because we've got right now 6 teams doing the same thing. But there's a lot of kids that are waiting around for cross country, and there's just the same amount of boys ready to try out for basketball. So we go from one season to the next without a break. So that's what we do as coaches.
Yeah, it's a busy time down there, but in the same token, we love it. Otherwise, we wouldn't do it, would we?
We do love it, and it's a busy time. Summertime is fun, but get back after it. Time goes by fast.
Time does go by really quick. We got a good staff there, and we get to work with there at the junior high. And I know you're involved in putting guys in positions and things like that. That's just one of the many things you have to do down there at the junior high is getting guys in the right spots and to coach and make them the spots for all the sports, not just football, but everything. So as we talk about, so everybody kind of has an idea. We start with football, and how does the rest of the year progress as far as boys athletics? What are the sports we got?
Cross country and basketball will start right around the same time. The seasons kind of run together. Cross country will end in January, but before basketball ends. And then as basketball ends, we have tennis and track that start right about the same time. Swimming is in there as well, but they've been moving that season around, so I'm not sure where they decided to put it this time, just to kind of help kids that play multiple sports. And then soccer ends the year, so before you know it, we'll be there and we'll be talking about next year.
For sure, for sure. And last thing, Coach, I know this year is another new league for us. We've had – gosh, I've been there, 14 years? You've been there for 18 years. We've been in our third or fourth league in the past 6 or so years?
This is we've only been in this league. This is only our second year. We're still getting to know them. They're still getting to know us. And that can be good and bad at the same time. But, we were only in this Clear Creek League, played at this very stadium right here, actually. But we were only there for 2 years. Seems like we're usually just kind of making some changes, but it's for the better. I think our competition actually got harder with this new league, and that's really what we want. We don't want games that are too easy. We don't feel like we get better that way, so we want a stiffer competition to bring our level up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. I know you're busy. You got to get back down to the field and keep working. Again, thank you for your time, sir. Again, that was Coach Parker Garcia, a longtime great coach there at Friendswood Junior High. We're happy to have him on the staff and happy to have him working there at high school games as well. Again, Coach, thank you very much. We'll get right back to more halftime entertainment on the MCS Sports Network.
And welcome back to the MCS Sports halftime show. Tonight we are going to get a little preseason preview of the Friendswood Mustangs, and no one knows them better than the head man himself, Coach Robert Koopman. Coach, first of all, thank you so much for your time as always, and welcome to 2019 season.
You bet. We're looking forward to get it going. It seemed like we've been at it a while, and we've had a bad taste at Angleton last year, so it couldn't come soon enough for us.
That's funny you say that, because when I dusted off my notes and everything from last year, I left everything exactly where it was from the Angleton game. Then Angleton was right on top, and I went, oh, that's just it kind of gave me a bad feeling. Yeah. I know you felt that. Of course, y'all been dealing with that for, 7 months, 7 or 8 months now?
It's been a while.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, so I know you're probably ready to get this season kicked off. Well, Coach, of course, every year, new season, new players. You got some returners, but you got a lot of replacements this year. And let's talk about offensively first, because that's really where I'm looking at some big boys up front. There's a lot of new names this year.
There's a lot of new names on offense, and we're banged up a little bit on offense. But yeah, so we when you look at it, our quarterback's coming back, which is good news with Luke Gurdon coming back. We do feel really good about our running back with Noah Palitz. I think he's going to be special. And we're excited. And, he's a guy that's going to have touched the ball 30 times a game for us, either catching, handing it to him, or something. But we got to get him the ball. Of course, Christian Lee. Christian Lee's a great athlete, D1 athlete, but he's going to be out for 4 to 6 more weeks. So we're going to miss him. And so hopefully the positive of that is that we find someone to step up. And so when he comes back, we're even better. And so that's kind of our goal with him. Getting Cole Kelly out from basketball has been a help just for his length at 6'6". You don't see 6'6" out much out there, so that's a help. But receivers we feel pretty good about. John McCabe he's had as great as off season and fall as a kid could have. And I call him the typical Friendswood kid because he didn't play much his junior year, but just worked and grind and do what Friendswood kids do, and he just came back and has done a tremendous job. And so The receiver core, with Christian, we feel pretty good. Without Christian, we need some growth there. We lack a little size. Then the offensive line, I just think we need snaps. So I think you can't simulate offensive game snaps, and so we have Ryan Mitchell returning, but Sean McHenry played a little bit for us last year, and Joey Leeper we think is going to make the jump from JP. He's probably the most athletic one we have. And then we're throwing David Goolsby, a sophomore, out there at center, and we're going to see what happens.
Yeah.
And go from there. So that we need growth there, but I think snaps will help us on that.
And the Goolsby, that's a set of twins we got, correct?
Set of twins. I think they're going to be really, really good. It's just when they're going to be really, really good. And so you don't see a lot of offensive linemen playing in 5A and 6A football, and there's a reason for that because age matters in the trenches. And so they're talented young men, so we just hope they grow and improve.
So real quick, from last year to this year, of course, last year Luke had a stable of pretty good receivers, veteran receivers. Right. This year it's, a strong group, but again, just lacking some of the snaps you guys had last year. Has that changed any of your offensive game planning?
We changed, we threw away our entire passing game and changed, and we went for better or worse for Mike Leach's air raid, and it's all about grass, and it's all about quarterback getting it out of his hands. And so so if there's the old precision routes where you're going to run 10 yards and cut, that's not what this offense is about. This offense is seeing where people are, finding grass, and the ball should go to grass. And so there's been a learning curve with that, and it had been a learning curve no matter who was playing receiver because it was a whole new philosophy that we're bringing into it. Some days we look good at it, and some days we don't. And so that's why, I think against Lake we had open people. We moved.
And welcome.
I'm Cody Niles with MCS Sports. I'm here with Coach Koopman of the Friendswood Mustangs. How did that first half go?
It was a struggle, but we're up 10-0, so we're excited about that defense playing lights out. I think we started to figure things out on offense, so I think it'll be a better second half.
What's your game plan for the second half?
Probably go at them a little bit more in the secondary like we did there, throwing the ball around a little bit more.
And welcome back to the MCS Sports pregame show. Right now we're joined by the head coach of the Dayton Broncos, Coach Jeff Nations. Coach, first of all,
I'm Cody Niles with MCS Sports. I'm here with Coach Koopman of the Friendswood Mustangs. How did that first half go?
It was a struggle, but we're up 10-0, so.
And welcome back to the MCS Sports halftime show. Tonight we are going to get a little preseason preview of the Friendswood Mustangs, and no one knows them better than the head man himself, Coach Robert Koopman. Coach, first of all, thank you so much for your time as always, and welcome to 2019 season.
You bet. We're looking forward to get it going. It seemed like we've been at it a while. And we've had a bad taste at Angleton last year, so it couldn't come soon enough for us.
So here, down on the field with Coach Jackson of Friendswood. Coach, I want to ask you about your DN play last week, and what do you think the progression of the guys are on the team?
Last week we had a couple things we were really keen on. The kids did a great job of, listening to what we were talking about, and working the scheme, working down the hill,
yeah, it's always good to have that. It looks like you got some young guys in the league in line as well.
One of the best parts about inheriting this.
Yeah, we're really excited about our first game. Glad to be close to home. Chandler's probably closer to us than it is Clearbrook. And so we're excited to be over here at the great stadium. Going to have that sun in our face for a little while, but looking for a great evening.
Absolutely, Coach. You know, they couldn't have gone to a better start last week against a Dayton team that last night scored 51. to the MCS Sports broadcast of your Friendswood Mustangs. Friendswood on top of Clearbrook, 10-0 here in the Battle of Friendswood, version 2019. We're going to run through some little halftime stats here from Coach Fritz and from the we know these are 100% accurate because they are straight from the Friendswood coach. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, they are. I got those from Coach Moore. You look at the stats, though, it's just not indicative of what the score would be. Of course, not one in these stats are the turnovers, the penalties we've seen in the first half. At Friendswood here, third down efficiency, only 2 for 8 for 25%. But if you look at the rushing yards, we're 12 for 89 yards, an average, Kirk, of 7.4 yards a carry.
That's great because we were talking about that, how every time Pez got the ball, it was 6 or 7 yards. Great.
But then you have the fumbles and the fumbles lost. And, that's what hurts us right there. Then we have passing. We have 21 passes for 107 yards for 8.9 average. Still doing really well on that. 12 of 21, 57%. Total offense is 196 yards. It's just the sacks and the penalties and the turnovers that seem to be hurting us right now.
Oh, no doubt about it. We talked about in the first half, you and I did several times, opportunity. Friendswood took advantage of the one they got, get that 7 on the board, had some others. Clearbrook's had some, and they've just not taken advantage of some of those and then somehow find a way to hurt them with the penalties like we talked about. So we'll see if, that's the beauty of high school football. You got that 30-minute break, plenty of time for adjustments. This is either team can come out on top of this game, Coach Steele.
Absolutely. It probably is going to be some kind of fluke play. It's going to be something off a pick six or a run back on a punt or something like that could make a big difference in the game. And
Absolutely.
Going back to rushing, I'm sorry, we have Noah Palitz. He's 11 of 82 for a 7.5 average with a long of 21. You double that in the second half, Kirk, that's 22 carries for 164 yards.
Right,
that'd be a phenomenal night for any young man, and we just can't seem to get it in the end zone for some reason. And throwing, we've got Gurdon is 12 of 21, again, 107. But he's been sacked twice.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help there. Of course, on our end, on the defensive side, we've had a great night. There's all kinds of guys in the tackles, but we've had 2 big sacks of number 10, Dane Roney. Almost should have had a third.
Almost three, right.
Almost should have had third. But those are for 13 yards of total loss of those 2 sacks. So you can see where those kind of big plays, as Friendswood goes, we've got to stay out of the negative plays and not shoot ourselves in the foot with those penalties and the turnovers.
Now, Friendswood will get the ball coming out here in this second half. Again, halftime score, Friendswood 10, Brook Wolverines 0. Appreciate everyone listening in tonight. I know we had Brandy Zamora listening earlier. Ms. Zamora, hope you're doing well, and thank you, as always, for listening. Mary Reinhardt, if you're listening tonight, I know you're one of our biggest fans. Please continue to listen, and hope we got all our technical difficulties out of the way in the first half. And when I see Dalton's Friendswood on there, I don't know which Dalton that is, but they're all outstanding. Yes, you heard Coach Fritz, you heard myself. Glad y'all are listening tonight. I hope y'all continue, and, hey, tell your friends. And feel free to chat us up at any time. We are just underway here, but always looking forward to hearing from you guys out there in Mustang land. Ball is returned, 10, 50, 20, 30, 50. Put it head down and go, young man. Down to the 42-yard line. Dawson Johnson. Goodness gracious.
And we were just mentioning those big plays out here, Kirk. That's a great way to start this
half.
half.
You started off.
Absolutely. Put his head down, got a couple extra yards on that. Going to start us off first on about the 40-yard line.
Wow.
Great position for Friendswood to start this half off.
What outstanding run for that young man. And Dane Roney's just running off the side. He's had checking on a Mustang over here on the side.
Looks like number 22 down there, Noah Palitz, it looks like.
Well, we'll figure all this, get this straightened out right here. Again, halftime score is 10-0. There's a
penalty as well.
Personal foul penalty on this as well. Didn't see the hit. All we saw was the Johnson doing the aggressive hit on offense. He put that helmet down.
Here come the trainers out.
We'll update the other District 10 5A score right now. It's still being reported as Terry 7, Dulles 0. Those of y'all listening to our game and not watching anything on college-wise, of course, we're not going to talk about Tennessee for been told and scolded already on that one. Houston Cougars on top of Prairie View now 17-3. Astros down 1-0, but it's still the fifth. They'll find a way. Your and my Baylor Bears came on top tonight, 63-14. Go Bears. Let's see here. LSU, Texas. Texas on top, 7-3. Right now, Penn State on top of Buffalo, 7-3 as well. And everything's squared away on the field now. Ready to get back to it. I tell you what, things get a little chippy there on that return now, Coach, and we'll see if that will hopefully not spill over here. The rest of the ball game, Clearbrook players trying to get the crowd pumped up a little bit. I'm not sure what you're so excited about. You just had a 15-yard penalty, but whatever. For Friendswood now, great field position starting on their own 27. Twist formation to the right side. Friendswood looking to add to this score. Should have with that Tomko in there at tailback right now. Ball snapped over Gurdon's head. Gurdon just brought down hard. Oh, man. Look, got taken down by the Undertaker on that one. That was a high shot and chopped him down. High snap, though, didn't help him. By the time he corralled that ball, pretty much had a forearm in the throat right there, Coach, to be honest with you.
That was number 4, Eddie Delgado, senior, making the tackle on that.
And Gurdon just brought down hard. Training staff going to come out and take a little look-see at him, make sure he's okay. So we've had now 2 plays in the second half. We've had a kick return by Dawson Johnson, which was outstanding, with a penalty on the play against Clearbrook with a personal foul. First play from scrimmage, we get a bad snap. Gurdon has to go high. Time he corrals it, and great job by Gurdon to hang on the football.
It was, but can you tackle somebody like that? Look like a neck slam, like I'm watching WWE on that.
That's
one.
what I said. Look like the Undertaker came in, but regardless, they're going to say it's now 2nd and 15. Clearbrook defense coming out on fire. Handoff up the middle should be Tomko on that. In a quarterback right now is Garrett Massey, and that is Joey Tomko. On that run, gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up now a 3rd down and 10. Massey in at quarterback now for Luke Gurdon. Tomko in at tailback for Noah Palitz. Trips formation up top to the right side. Friendswood moving right to left on your computer screen. Massey rolls out. Overthrow. Look like Cole Kelly.
Yes, sir.
You overthrow Cole Kelly. You threw that thing high. He's a big target.
That play looked good, though. It's a nice developing play, nice rollout. The O-line was doing a great job blocking there, keeping Clearbrook off. Massey just overthrew him.
We're going to make 4th down and 10. Little out. They're going to go for the field goal here. This is going to be a 44-yard attempt. Is that Sweeney in to kick this time, Coach?
It is, number 48.
So it will be Sweeney in to hold. This time is going to be John McCabe. Gives me a 44-yard attempt from the left hash. Ball is down. Kick is up. It's got the distance if it is good.
Yes.
Nice job by Ryan Sweeney. 44-yard boot by that young man. So after all that, Friendswood still gets 3 on the board. Takes that 13-0 lead now over the Clearbrook Wolverines. 10:48 left here in the first half. Just an interesting start to the second half. Again, you've got the great run back by Johnson, the great finish by Johnson, the personal foul on the sideline, then the bad snap. Gurdon gets hit, just not all the way he would draw it up.
Yeah, when you have to take out 2 starters, it kind of just puts a little kink in it. But what's going to happen is these other guys have to settle in, get a chance. You know, I'm sure their overthrow by Massey was just the fact he was just pumped up to be in there and just fired it in there too hard. So give these guys a second to settle down, give the defense a chance to make a play, and I think we'll be okay.
Well, if anybody thought the Clearbrookers would come in and roll over the second half, like the score showed last week against the Port, they were sorely mistaken. Clearbrook's come out on all cylinders, gave up 3, but that was after a nice run. We'll see now if their offense can do the same. Because I promise you right now, after all that just happened, Coach, Friendswood's defense will be coming out.
They will be ready, yes, sir.
Swings kick up and back to the 4-yard line. It is bobbled. Little handoff goes to, it's going to be number 4.
Number 3.
Sorry, 3. That's
yep,
Thompson.
that
Excuse me. That is Thompson. but nowhere to run that time. He can be brought down at the 19-yard line. Shane Porter coming back in at quarterback for the Wolverines. Friendswood comes out looking for that fourth linebacker, see what they're going to run here. They do have Abe out in the game, so they do have that 3-4 set. Helton looking to come in. Got a little pitch to Thompson. A little end around. Got some run to him. That's where he's dangerous. 25, runs out of bounds to the 28, give the 28-yard line. Going to breed just enough. They can give him that first. Yep, going to be about a yard short of that first down. We have a 2nd and 1 now, and again, that's where he is dangerous.
He's got some wheels on him. Looks like it's a great stop out of bounds by Coach Garcia on the sidelines.
There you
Little
go.
bump, way to get in the game,
Halftime
Coach.
guest. By the way, great interview at halftime.
I thought he did a good job. He does a great job for us there at the junior high.
Absolutely. Run up the middle of the it's going to be outside the right side. That's going to be Lacey. You know what he can do. You've heard his name all night. Just can't finish in the end zone with that young man, but he has done had a heck of a job on the runs. Now gets to their own 42-yard line. 2 plays and a first down for the Wolverines. Again, just underway here in the second half, 10:23 and counting. Friendswood on top of Clearbrook 13-0. Twin formations to both sides. Got a doubles formation. Porter, pump fake, being chased. Drop out to Thompson. Always got some grass. 40, always had to run out of bounds, though. If he'd have cut up the middle of the field, I think he had some running room there. Pushed out by Connor Haynes.
42, I'm sorry, Kirk. 42 set downs, getting some pressure, and they just could not stop the play, getting inside, making him kind of cut it outside. And you're right, if he probably would have cut that to his left upfield, he might have got a few extra yards out of it.
Clearbrook's offense is coming out. It's the best they've looked all night.
Absolutely. When you got to tighten up the defense on Friendswood.
Doubles formation again for the Wolverines. Lacey offset the Porter's right. Thompson in motion. Going to do a little fake pitch to Thompson. Porter got some running room at the middle. 35, 30, right side, 25. Run out of bounds at the 20-yard line goes Shane Porter. And again, the Wolverines' offense now is just on a roll. What we saw in the first half, though, was anytime they got any positives, though, find a way somehow someone would come up, a penalty, what have you. If they can avoid that, they're on their way to pay dirt, just ready to get inside the red zone. Porter hands off to Lacey. Lacey at the middle. 10, 5, still battling. Lacey, goodness, you can barely bring him down to the 1-yard line. Trent Lacey ran like Eddie Lacey that time, down to the 1-yard line. My goodness.
This is a different, fired-up offense. The Clearbrook coming out this half, Kirk.
Trent Lacey, by the way, just a sophomore running back right there. Good.
He keeps his legs turning. There's no doubt about that.
Ball is down to the 2. First and goal inside the red zone for the Wolverines. Tight set. Lacey with the ball. Lacey over the top.
No signal yet.
There it is. Touchdown.
There it is. Yep.
Clearbrook Wolverines. Friendswood defense gives up their first score of 2019. And Clearbrook right back in this ball game, down 13-6, extra point pending. Because we saw it, they came out firing.
They did. They came out firing. Just got it to their the 2 horses, Lacey and number 3, Thompson, and just made some big plays there, Kirk. They kind of ran it down. Hopefully Friendswood get some penetration in the backfield like they did in the first half.
Extra point pending. Here it goes. Ball's down. Kick is up. Kick is good. So for Friendswood now, you got to regroup. You got to find a way to answer. Clearbrook came out hitting hard. Not all of them were non-penalty aided. Some of them were, late here and there. But the bottom line is they came out on fire, and Friendswood's got to respond. 13-7. Quick update, Terry still on top of Dulles, but now the score is 7-3 in that ball game.
Yeah, that was a pretty mistake-free series there for Clearbrook.
Absolutely.
We've seen in the first half where they would go down and maybe make a mistake, shoot themselves in the foot with a fumble, interception, a bad penalty. Other than that penalty on the kickoff, we ran it back after that three and out. They ended up having a good drive right there. Just really drilled it right down the middle of the field, Kirk, and put it on them.
What I'm just seeing from up here is Clearbrook looks more they look more like right now they want this game more than Friendswood. Just from our vantage point up here, from the body language that I'm seeing on the field from both teams, Friendswood's got nothing to hang their head about. They're up 13-7 in a game when they should have probably already had another score or two.
Absolutely. You mentioned it, how the adjustments at halftime in a high school football game can make a big, big difference.
And definitely the Clearbrook fans are in this ball game for the first time all night. Kick is back, kicks a little short, and it's going to be caught but run out of bounds immediately by Dawson Johnson. He just kind of caught that on the fly, rolled out of bounds to the 17-yard line of Friendswood. So not a great starting position at all for the Mustangs. We'll see if now Clearbrook can keep that momentum going. Well, they have right now. Again, you've got the crowd into it a little bit more. It is senior night.
Well, the only way to take them out of it is the Friendswood has to do something right here. And it seems like
a little drive right
It seems like they had some more success and they're going that power set with just the 2 wide receivers wide. We'll see what they come out with this here in this series.
Gurdon back in at quarterback.
Nope, still Massey.
Now it's going to be Massey at quarterback still, and it is going to be run around the left side, about to the 20, 22-yard line. Looks like Jared Veach in it, tailback
It
right
is
now.
37, yes, sir. Get some good positive yards there. We'll take 6.
Again, if you paid attention last week, you heard a lot of Veach's name in that second half. But he ran hard for the first time, really got some playing time in a couple of years you talked about.
Yes, he took some time off. They're glad to have him back. He's a hard runner and a hard worker, and glad to have him on the field.
Again, Massey in at quarterback, toss back to Veach. Veach cuts up the field. Again, that's what he did last week. He doesn't want to go outside. He wants to put his head down, get what he can get. Nice job there. That's going to be just short, looks like, of a first down. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. Looks like Kovacevic comes in for Johnson now at receiver. Got McCabe in. We can't tell who's up top. Is that Elizondo up top?
It is. It is. It's a pretty short one, too. I didn't really like the spot on that, but I'm not in charge.
Veach
there
up the
it
middle.
is.
There he goes. 30, 40. Oh, my gosh. He had another man to beat, and he was off to the races that time. What a hole on that right side from that Friendswood Mustang line.
That was a great job. There was guys up front blocking on that right side, and I think Veach kind of hesitated real quick, saw that hole, and he just started taking off as fast as he can. He hit that hole pretty hard. Number 14 for Clearbrook brought him down. Otherwise, that might have been 6.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball is on their own 42-yard line. Massey hands out to Veach. Good pull that time
Great
by
pull.
66. Make sure I got his name. Oh, we got a hold out here. I think he's going to call that on McCabe. 66, Jackson Nemechek. Great job. But then they got McCabe with the hold, it looked like.
I beg to differ. I was watching McCabe on that. I thought it was a good blocking by him out there. But, yeah, Nemechek, number 66, is playing a lot in the game because last week we had a player go down. He stepped right up. Played a great game so far. Nemechek's getting in there. He's a 6', 250 junior playing that left tackle position.
Dawson Johnson comes back in the game. He's going to line up with Elizondo on that right side. They're going to do a stacked little twin formation. McCabe, single receiver to the right. It's like Cole Kelly in it, tied in. Still got, I thought we had Veach in there still. We'll see. We got Massey. No, Pallas is back in at running back. That's a great sign. Johnson with a catch, tries to turn the field. Wrangled out of bounds. It'll be about a 5-yard gain. Again, Noah Pallas back in the ball game right now. It's good to see him back in there.
Absolutely. And Johnson really could have got hit for Lawson. He turned pretty much nothing into something. Great job by Dawson, number 4 of the Mustangs, to spin out that first tackle and still get about 4 or 5 positive yards on that play.
Going to bring it down to 2nd and 4 for the Mustangs. Again, Garrett Massey in at quarterback. Johnson and McCabe. Twin receivers to the left, Elizondo to the right. Palis again back into tailback, looking to add to that stellar first half. Has the ball now, bounces outside to the right, got some running room, first down, puts his head down. Oh, he lost the ball.
He dropped the ball, but they're saying he was on the ground.
And
needs to secure that thing.
Ball, yes.
Got to secure that thing. But it was on the ground, so that gives the Mustangs a first down.
Ball will be spotted on the Wolverine 43-yard line, and this is what we talk about. This is the drive they need to get right here after Wolverines were just gelling and all. So now Friendswood comes back, takes some time off the clock, put together a nice little drive. Twin receivers stacked to both sides. Massey barks it out. Hands off to Payton.
Great spin move.
That's going to be a run down about 7 yards on that one. That's going to be Tomko in there on the run that time, as Pettis and Tomko were just doing a little revolving door right now.
And again, he could have been hit for some negative yards or lost. Great spin move to get a couple more out of it.
Coach Flores is going to call a timeout for Clearbrook. Says, hey, we need to stop this thing right here before this gets out of hand. His friends was just churning out a nice drive.
Well, we mentioned earlier, the longer that defense stays on the field, the more tired they get, and that's what the offense needs to do is keep grinding, keep pushing, run the ball, use that clock. We got the lead here, get another score. That really gives us some cushion, and plus the confidence it gives us. We mentioned the mental aspect of the game we've been talking about. Can't get down. One score is not the end of the world. We just got to keep building, keep pushing, keep striving, and I think the boys will be okay.
Well, we got a little break here. Tell you about next week's 10-5A action. Next week, Shadow Creek's at home, plays Elsick Friday night at Freedom Field in Alvin. If you haven't been out there, get there. Outstanding. LaPorte, of course, plays your Friendswood Mustangs at home back at Henry Winston next Friday night. Hightower hosts Dulles at Ken Hall Stadium. Texas City hosts the Clear Lake Falcons. Ball travels to Wheatley. Terry travels to Lamar Consolidated. Angleton plays this Clearbrook Wolverines team, and Magnolia West comes to Foster next Saturday night. Trips formation to the right side. Massey barks it out, hands the ball off to Palitz. That is going to be short. Yes, a little less than a yard short of that first down. Going to bring up a 3rd and 1.
It's a pretty short one.
Yes, indeed. Looks like Veach coming back in at tailback now for the Mustangs.
Still running, it looks like a double tight end set.
You know, Coach, I think with Massey and a quarterback, and not that he can't throw the ball, we've seen him do it already, but it looks like Friends are going to be satisfied with just, you know, the old ground and pound right here. You got 3 good running backs. Let them just keep coming in, do what they do. There goes Veach.
Hard run right
Goodness,
there.
He does run hard. That's about a 5-yard gain. He needed about a half a yard. He got 4.5 more.
And if you look on that, Kirk, you see those linemen. They're down there down the field just like the running back is on those blocks. They're blowing this line up, the defensive line of Clearbrook. They're getting down there. They're down the field. They're making the blocks, giving us room to run. That's going to be positive yardage for Friendswood.
Veach still in there, came right now. Veach, another about 2-yard gain for Jared Veach. Got to imagine we have another back coming in. Yes, we do. Here comes Tomko again. You're going to see about 2 carries for these 3 guys right now.
Keeping them fresh, that's a good thing.
Johnson comes back in for Kovacevic. Got Elizondo and McCabe. Cole Kelly in there at tight end. Again, Garrett Massey in at QB. And again, Tomko just comes back in the ball game. Clearbrook dialing up some pressure. Tomko tries to get outside, does. 25, I got a flag. Did I see a flag? Yes, I did. Hit Massey in the back. Bring that one back for a hold, maybe?
I'm not real sure.
I don't either. I didn't. Hold that one on Mr. Mitchell. Ryan Mitchell with a hold. So that's going to negate that run from Joey Tomko. And that's the first penalty of this drive, is it not?
For Friendswood, it is, yes, sir.
5:23 left here in the 3rd quarter for Friendswood. Friendswood on top 13-7 over the Clearbrook Wolverines. Still anybody's ball game here, folks. I'm telling you right now. Friendswood's done a great job of answering Clearbrook's momentum shift come out the second half. It sure be nice to come out with some points here. Twin formation of both sides. Massey hands the ball off to Tomko. No, it's a keeper. Massey right up the gut. Yeah, that man a few yards. Not quite back to the line of scrimmage, or the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be about 2 yards short of that. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 13 here, 12 or 13 for the Mustangs.
Getting the play there for the sideline, try to come up with something good. If they can just get a few yards here, because we know we can hit the field goal. We hit a 44-yard earlier in the half, so we can in the game. So hopefully we we don't get first down, we can get some room, get some extra points.
Twin formation up top. Trey Wright with Coke Kelly. Ball is passed out, just the outstretched hands of Dawson Johnson was Massey's pass.
And they're going to try the field goal. Here comes Sweeney.
Tell you what, this is going to be a nice right here for this young man. This is going to be a 48-yard attempt for Ryan Sweeney. Ball be spotted on the left hash. It's 4th and 12, so I got go for it here. Ball is down. Kick is up, and it's just going to be a little short. And that will give Clearbrook, first of all, that momentum shift back to them now as their defense been a little, but didn't break. But I feel like their level of enthusiasm did take a hit on that drive from the Mustangs, if nothing else.
Yeah, this is going to be them down. Yes, sir. This is going to be a big series right here for Friendswood defense. This is going to be a huge series. We don't want them to go there and take a lead, make it 14-13. They got a responder here like they did the first half. This is a huge, huge series for the boys of Mustangs right here.
Come out a 4-down set for the 4-down lineman. Porter back to pass. That ball is caught. It's going to be, looks like Harbin again on the reception. Simple little pitch and catch there for 4 yards for Porter. Again, Clearbrook's offense coming back doing just what they did last time we saw them. So much more crisp here in the second half than we saw in the first half. They weren't making that pass in the first half.
Absolutely not. They're on their cylinders here, looking good. Friendswood needs a big play.
Doubles formation for Porter. Lacey in the backfield. Lacey with the handoff up the middle, gets about 3.
Handoff goes to number 22, Trent Lacey.
Like Jackson Stevens in, the first guy on that tackle, along with Jared Yon. Yon's in there at DT right now. Seth Downs also in there at a tackle spot. Of course, you got Spiller and Reyes in on the line for your 4-down linemen. 3rd and short, imagine you keep those 4-down linemen. You do, and you do there. Roney looking to come in off the edge. Thompson with the fake, yes, he's going to be Porter around the right side. Porter trying to find some running room. He does. Not sure if that play was designed for Thompson. Saw Roney coming off the edge, decided to keep it for himself. That's enough for a Clearbrook 1st and 10 for Shane Porter.
Just something of note. It looked like 22 at Clearbrook was trying to stretch his calf there after the end of that play. Not that that's going to make a big deal on that certain play, but we'll have to see how that affects him the rest of the quarter and the rest of the half.
Ball spotted on the Clearbrook 42-yard line. 3 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Doubles formation again. Lacey offset to Porter's right side. Porter back to pass. Goes deep. Got a man wide open. Caught. That's Harbin. Well, he ran off Haynes. Haynes kept going, didn't come back, and Harbin, it was about a 10-yard cushion right there.
It was. That was way too much. We had a little pressure there of the quarterback. We still just couldn't corral that one in. Ooh, that looked close. The official right there says it was a catch.
Yeah, it was. It was one of those like we saw earlier in that interception where it would look good or from one vantage point, but the better vantage point of the officials right there and say it's a catch. So Clearbrook now in Friendswood territory. Still running that doubles formation. Lacey right side trying to get outside, got a flag. We're going to probably bring that one back. Lacey got out to around the 35-yard line, 34.
I believe that's Harbin, number 5.
Oh, you are correct. Yes, that is Harbin. It is going to come back.
It is going to. Yes, it is going to come back.
Yeah, that was. Yes, you're correct there, Harbin.
I have my binoculars and my glasses.
Yes.
I'm an optometrist's dream. I'm his paycheck every month.
I got a pair of glasses so I can read something 2 feet in front of me. Plus, Lacey's been that workhorse back there. Harbin's had a nice job at that receiving spot. Harbin's still in there right now. It's going to back him up now. 1st down and 20. Little motion man. Fakes the pitch. Porter up the gut. Bounces back like a trampoline. Oh, here they come.
Oh, yeah, swarm of Mustangs. Nothing happening on that.
Got him. Porter wishing he might have taken him on the outside a little bit. I don't know who the first one to hit him was. I don't know if that was Stevens. or Helton in there. I think it might have been Downs. Those guys, he bounced back, and then it was a swarm of Stangs. And now it's going to be a 2nd down and 23.
And it looks like Lacey's back in the game for Brook.
Harbor's still in there in the slot, though. And again, you've got Thompson out there on the outside. Clearbrook, you got to think, trying to get to him the ball. Oh, a little Holton up there, no call. Ball's across the middle. That is
big
dropped.
hit.
Man, he did. He took a shot right there.
Looked like he caught it, and then Connor Haynes came in and made a big lick on him, made him drop the ball.
Hit by
Great
Haynes
hit.
right there. He says, you might be fast, but you got to catch it too, young man. Good job by Haynes. 1:22 left here, 3rd and 23. That's the play they wanted to get, though. That's the guy you want to go to.
Absolutely.
Nice yardage.
And I apologize for saying Austin Haynes. I coached his brother. That's his older brother. I coached him when he was in junior high. So sorry, Connor. Great job there, number 5. My fault.
And Spiller, by the way, for Friendswood, nice job pressure right there. I think Porter had to get rid of it a little sooner than he wanted to. Spiller on that right side. Here goes Spiller again. Oh, Porter gets it off, though. It's going to go deep. Out of bounds.
Great coverage.
Out of bounds. Spiller is just having a heck of a job of there. Elliott Spiller, junior in. He is wearing that left tackle out.
He is. He's just too fast for him. That was great coverage, though, by Haynes again. He was with him stride by stride, step for step. Nobody's going to catch that ball except for maybe Connor. That was a great defensive coverage on that play for him.
Porter coming in to kick.
That's a big stop right there.
That's
big stop by Mustang defense.
About a minute 15 left here in the third quarter. Friendswood on top, 13-7. Friendswood bring a little heat. Oh, goodness, the ball was dropped and just couldn't quite get their fingertips on it. Ball takes a bounce at the 34-yard line. It will be down at the 35. So Friendswood will start their drive on their own 35-yard line with 1:06 left in the third quarter. Coach, you just said it. Great stop by the Friendswood defense right there, because the way that series started, it was click, click, click again for that Brook Wolverine offense. Then Friendswood buckled down. But you know what helped them? A couple penalties against the Brook as well.
Absolutely. What we talked about it all night is the mental aspect of what that does. It gives Friendswood a little confidence, and in Brook, it takes that away from them. So that confidence, and we mentioned even last week, one thing goes right, next thing goes right, it starts rolling, and then you can't do no wrong almost. So hopefully Friendswood can score right here and get a little cushion.
Luke Gurdon back in at quarterback now. Gurdon's fast pass complete to Cole Kelly. That is going to be just enough for a 1st and 10.
And they're going to give it to him, yep. Big target out there at 6'5", got those hands up. Hard to miss, number 85.
Nice to see Gurdon in there, and that's the kind of pass you want when you come back in, just nice, simple little out.
A little pitch and catch.
Yes.
Let him make some distance there on that, so very nice for Mustangs to come out with the first little play. 44 seconds here in the third.
Pettis back in at tailback as well. Twin receivers to both sides. Pettis with a handoff. Nowhere to go. He's going to be brought down. Made about a half-yard gain, and that was it, as that Brook defense really tightened up in there. We'll see if Friendswood lets his clock run out to end the third quarter. No reason to rush here. You're up 13-7. Gurdon looks back there. Clock's at 15. Still waiting to see. Gurdon barks it out. We'll get one more play off. Gurdon back to pass. Got a man, Cole Kelly. Right across the middle. Man caught about 7-8 yards on that catch. And that's going to lead us to the fourth quarter. Friends, when we come back, Friendswood will start on the Brook 47-yard line. Our fourth quarter score will start Friendswood 13, Brook 7. We'll take a quick break here. Stadium where the score is Friendswood 13, Clearbrook 7. It's the fourth quarter. Friendswood comes out firing on 3rd and short as Luke Gurdon completes to Dawson Johnson. That's enough for a Friendswood first down. Nice quarter by both teams. For Friendswood, adds a 3 on the board. For Clearbrook, puts a 7. And I tell you what, this is going to be a fun fourth quarter right here. Tight ball game.
It is. Don't go anywhere.
It's a toss-up,
It's
really.
a toss-up. We've had some penalties. I know that. We've had some turnovers, a little sloppy play here now. But now this second half looks like both teams have kind of put it together, making this a good game to be at tonight.
Twin receivers at both sides for Gurdon. Looks like Cole Kelly's out wide now. So we get some other numbers in there. We got Elizondo. We got McCabe. Gurdon back to pass across the middle. Got a man caught. Yes. Was that Johnson? No, he dropped it. That's Dawson Johnson on the carry. Like he kind of cramped up at the end, possibly. Just good coverage as well on that, but Johnson just couldn't quite hang on to that one. Slant across the middle. Yeah, it was a try to get a number for that Clearbrook defender. That was at number 13.
It was number 13.
I'll give him some
Travis Watson,
yeah,
safety, senior.
That's a great play by Watson right there to grip that ball out because Johnson had it. Watson, little strip drill right there and just knocked that thing loose. So we shall see. Again, we are here in the fourth quarter from Challenger Stadium, this non-district battle of Friendswood. Friendswood, the last 7 meetings with Clearbrook, 7-0. Clearbrook itching for a chance to get that win. I'm sure that came up in conversation this week.
I'm sure it did. And last week, they lost to LaPorte 42-10,
yes.
Even though they had a pretty good effort. 17 to 134 yards from their quarterback, but he had 2 interceptions and no touchdowns. That's a killer right there.
Well, Clearbrook fans definitely staying alive in this ball game. They're trying to pull out a Wolverine stop right here for Friendswood. 2nd and 10. Gurdon back to pass. Got Cole Kelly outside, caught for a few yards. We'll give him 5 on that. Cole Kelly's all of a sudden become a favorite target of Luke Gurdon.
I believe so. Looks like they might have made a concerted effort at halftime to get Cole Kelly involved in the game. Sure-handed, big kid, big target, hard to miss. Bring it in, and hopefully he'll make some noise for us.
Veach comes back out. Tomko back in the ball game right now. We got McCabe, got Kelly, got Elizondo. And who's up top for me there, Coach? That looks like Cooksey.
Number 7, Cooksey, yes, sir.
Cooksey up top. Gurdon back to pass, 3rd and 6. Looking for Cooksey. That ball is dropped. That defender came in just in time, and of course, the DB gonna let you know.
Number 29, Colby McAllister. It actually was
nice
a good
play. No,
it was a nice play on his part. Yeah, it was a pretty bang. Hit him out the same time the ball got there. Good timing on his part.
4th and 6. Friends was not going anywhere. It's that tough spot of the field right here. It would be over a 50-yard attempt. You don't want to do that. You just saw a 47-yarder go short, 48 go short. Going for it right here, 4th down and 6. Big play here for the Mustangs. Trips formation, left side, single receiver. Elizondo to the right, drop. Gurdon, he's going to have to scramble. He's going to throw the ball across the middle. It's going to be incomplete, tipped.
Hit the defender right in the helmet. Hit number 29 right in the helmet.
Yep, it's the same one. Looks like McAllister again. We see you, McAllister.
Hit him right.
See that play again.
Sure
McAllister still acting, hey, look at me, still did it. I got hit in the head.
He broke that up. Well, this just shows the confidence, though, that the coaches have in the Mustang defense. They've only been scored on one time all season long. Right here is they're going to put it to them, put it on their shoulders and say, you know what, you guys have done it all game, all season, the past game and a half, so let's go ahead and put it on their shoulders right here.
Goodness. And I'm give Gurdon some credit that last time. That was a tough snap for him to handle. He was bobbling. The pressure's coming for him to gather himself, think about scrambling, and then trying to find across the middle was a nice job. That was wide open right there, a little slant route.
We mentioned it last week. Just the snap is so important.
Oh, absolutely.
And 51 David Goolsby does a great job there. He's a 6 foot, 230-pound sophomore. Not a lot of reps. We talked about it last week. Does a great job. The only time it's noticed, he makes that one little mistake out of the 50 that he does. So he does a great job back there. Great blocking, too. So got to give that boy a lot of credit. 2nd
down and 2 after the reception for Rodriguez. 2nd and 1, Ball is on the Wolverines' own 43-yard line. Porter barking it out, hands to Lacey. Lacey around the right side, got a first down, except got a little laundry on the field. Flag came in quick.
And it looks like there's a Clearbrook player down.
We'll see what the call is. There's the hold against the Wolverines. Porter's frustrated. Let's see here what we got. So we're going to take a quick timeout on the field. Yeah, Coach Flores comes out, talks to Porter, talks to his players as well. You know, again, for Clearbrook, this is a, you know, big opportunity, Coach, for these guys to get this season going in the right direction, to beat a quality Friendswood team. For Friendswood, what a great early season test for these guys. You know, this is why you have these non-district games. Last week, not a slight to Dayton. Dayton put 51 on points last night, but that game was out of hand before we even started. You want to have – you need some tests. This is the kind of game, you know, a one-score game in the fourth quarter, see what you're made of.
Absolutely. You know, if the junior high level, even we'll have games, the kids want to win by 20 and 30. I tell them all the time, that don't really teach us anything. Just because I can beat you by 30 doesn't mean I should.
Right.
And those close games really teach the kids what they have to do at the moments, at the right times, execute when they need to. The tighter games, I actually enjoy them better as a coach. I enjoy those games. It makes us better to play the tighter games. This is a good example. Both teams have had some turnovers, had some penalties. We know that, but are definitely playing. They're tightening it up in the second half, having to play. I hope that young man on the field is okay, by the way.
You know, one thing for last year's Friendswood team coaches, they had a couple of close games against teams that ended up going to state. You had Shadow Creek lost by 8, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. Foster was a close game. You need to have these close games to teach you how to win those close games, because you don't want the first close game you have to be against a perennial state powerhouse, and they have to fight your way through that. So we're going to take a quick break here. No, actually, we're going to stay right here. We'll keep it. We're getting ready to go back to some live action here.
Yeah, but you're right, Kirk. It's about execution. It's about doing it at the right time. You got to get those right plays in, whatever they happen to be, offense, defense, scoring a bucket, whatever the sport is. You got to be able to make those plays in the right moments.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see now how Clearbrook responds to this. Is they're going to have about a 2nd and 11, I believe. And that's going to be longer. Well, no, let's see, because there was a penalty before that on the field timeout. So there was a penalty. So the ball will be back to Clearbrook's 35-yard line. Clearbrook fans getting back in it. They're trying everything they can to get this team to get their first win of this young season. Just under 10 minutes left here from Challenger Stadium. 200 receivers to both sides. Porter back in 2nd and 9 for the Wolverines. Little quick pitch to Thompson around the end around. Jits around, nowhere to go. I think Roney.
A-Bow, Nick About 41.
A-Bow as well, yes.
The Mustang defense was not fooled on that at all.
Well, you know Thompson's got a huge target on his back. I mean, there's no way you're going to sneak that one through there.
Mm-hmm.
You're just going to leave it up to him if he can make a play or not. 3rd and 11. Clock running. Lacey in at tailback. Porter unloads a bomb. That's going to be way overthrown. Looking for Thompson, I believe. Yes.
Yes.
And just wound up like it was a pump, pass, and kick competition. Just unloaded that bomb right there. I don't know if Thompson got held up a little bit.
I don't know, but Luke
Porter has an
Sanchez,
arm.
Luke Sanchez with him stride for stride. Great coverage by number 20 on that play. Stayed right with him. The ball was overthrown anyway, but still good coverage by Luke on that
Absolutely.
Attempt.
4th and 11. 4th and 11 with the Wolverines. Going to have Haynes back on his own, about 35-yard line.
Porter deep to punt. And number 5, Connor Haynes deep to receive.
Short. Yep, Porter picks it up. That ball's going to be picked up at the 38 by Haynes. Looking for a block. Does not get one. Back to his own 40-yard line. Nice help up that time by his teammate, Mr. Wade. Help Haynes back up. So let's go.
Well, let's see right here what we're doing, Kirk, with the come out in for the Friendswood offense. If we're going to go power sets or we're going to try to throw it around a little bit, give it to Cole Kelly more, see what we can do here and try to get 60 yards for a touchdown.
You know, I like what they did when Massey was in a quarterback. It was that three-headed monster run. I mean, everything was going fine. They had a penalty, which kind of brought you back. But, yeah, we'll see what Coach Koopman has up his sleeve. Trips formation to the right side. Elizondo wide. Gonna have a quick out this time to Palitz. Palitz cuts it up, 40, 45, 50, still on his feet. 45-yard line, gonna be run out of bounds right at the 44-yard line of the Clearbrook Wolverines. Nice play that time. That's something Coach Cooper, if you listen to our interviews with him, he talks about, he goes, I don't care if Garden throws the Palitz 30 times a game. If that means we get the ball in that young man's hand, let him do it, do it.
Just a little bubble route, nice, easy pitch and catch. Run that little bubble route out there and get some yardage with the downfield blocking. Nice play.
Kovacevic in the ball game now in the slot. Palitz handoff up the middle, looking for some running room. Nice job by Palitz, about 4 or 5. We'll give him 4 on that one. Again, Palitz is just as effective, run up the middle as he is getting that ball out on those screens and doing what he does on the outside as well. He can do it inside or outside.
He's got great vision
to
get in there between those blockers and see what the line opens up for him.
Twin receivers on the left side. Kelly lined up and tied in on the right. Kelly staying to block. Nice cut block that time. Garden looking for time down the field. Got a man caught at the 6-yard line. Is that Elizondo? I cannot. Yes.
It is. And Garden.
That is Patrick Elizondo. Garden took a shot.
He did take a shot. He stayed in, let it go in the last possible second. He took a shot. He kind of rolled up a little bit, but I think he's going to be okay. Great pass by that young man, Luke Garden, to stay in the game. Knew he was going to get hit. He knew it. When he let it go, he thought, I'm going to get smoked right here, but I'm going to try to make a play. Great job by Luke.
That's a sign of a great quarterback right there, Coach, when you know you're going to take it. How many guys just kind of close around and throw that thing, just throw it away, not Luke.
He stayed in there, and he took one, but he was completed the pass. Good job.
Double tight formation for the Mustangs inside the hometown Bank of Friendswood red zone, inside the 10 now. Handoff, Palitz up the middle, going to be short.
I think it's Veach is in there now.
Is that Veach now?
Yes, sir.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Roney coming in as well in this little series. That is Jared Veach. And now Palitz does come in. He heard me call his name. Told Coach Koopman, hey, they're calling me.
On the radio, I got to go.
You bet. Yeah, I'm surprised we're not seeing that power pack we saw last week, but.
Right. Oh, looks like a free play. Looks like a free play. The offsides.
Going to go down. Brought down quickly. That is going to be an offside, so they'll move it up a yard or so.
Yep, on the defense.
And
used to be encroachment back in the day.
Yes,
I'm not sure exactly what they changed it now.
Coach, here comes your boy Reyes and Roney in the game as we called.
Oh, yeah, definitely going power. Big horses here.
I think I see Trey Mapp in the game.
Yes, sir. Trey Mapp, number 14.
Wow, we got all kind of tomfoolery going on up there right now.
Yeah, be a huge score out here with 6.5 to go, or 6:50 to go right here.
Mapp is in the backfield. Roney's in the back. Oh, got some
freebie.
movement. They get the ball to Mapp.
Push it up.
That was Mapp on the carry.
No, it looks like it's Roney on the carry. He's got the ball.
Well, let's have to watch that. I don't.
There's such a massive amount of Mustangs in there. It is Roney.
Roney.
Second week in a go. At a second week in a row, I should say. Excuse me.
Dane Roney. Roney didn't watch out. He's going to have more touchdowns than Palitz by the end of the season. Roney's stat line is hard to keep up. You got to go. You got tackles, sacks, and touchdowns all in there.
Can you lead the team in both sacks and touchdowns? Would that be like some kind of record?
That's pretty rare.
That's pretty rare.
Yeah. We have a timeout on the field. Friendswood looks like they're going to go for 2 here. 19-7. That was their thinking. We'll see if that it makes sense. Get that nice two touchdown.
But you mentioned lead. Yeah, I'm sorry. Excuse me. You mentioned a minute ago we had a couple nice little bubble routes, but then when we got inside the 30, we just started that power package and run it in. So I think it's a great call on them. Looks like maybe the Brook front line maybe a little tired. O-line's getting some penetration on that. And we mentioned last week, not a lot of snaps, game time snaps. They're not young in grade. They're young in just actual snaps. They played a great job tonight. They've done well. Good protection. And so far it's showing up for us. They've done a great job.
Friendswood will go for 2 here. Got Garden, Palitz.
And Veach, a little offset.
Veach is in there. Cole Kelly by himself on the right side. Got a little man in motion. It's going to be Johnson. Johnson, quick out. Pass up top is going to be overthrown. Looking for Johnson there in the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. That's going to put us at 19-7. Brook still going to try to find a way. Down 12. You know, for Brook, 6:47, because they're going to have to open this thing up a little bit. You're not going to be able to have a sustained drive and leave yourself enough time to really get another set of points on the board. It's going to have to go open it up, go to the receivers. Had some success with it.
They did. They have 2 timeouts. Yeah. They don't want to use them early, of course. They want to try to save it in case they do get a score. 6:47. Yeah, it's going to be a interesting play calls right here. That's why the OC gets paid lots of money, right?
Yes, he does.
Got to earn his keep. But again, we're going back here to the Mustang defense, who they played great all game. A couple little bend but not break, like you mentioned earlier. They played hard. We kind of, especially those last drive, we kind of leaned on the Mustang defense. We went for it on 4th down, or went for the extra point, or I should say, if the field goal didn't make it, still leaned on that ball to defense. And they did a good job of keeping the ball, keeping them out of the end zone. So we'll see. Ole Miss scored on one time all quarter, all year.
Clearbrook players lined up on the 45. You can't do that. It's illegal, so they moved it back to the 50. Got it all straightened out. Kick goes down to the 15. Try to get the ball to Thompson. They do. Uh-oh. Thompson got some room. 20, 25, 30, 35. Puts his head down, gets run out of bounds. The 40-yard line by
Elizondo.
Elizondo. Nice job, young man.
He can catch and he can tackle. That was a good reverse by him.
Yes,
he had to reverse his field even back this side, near side towards the grandstands, and got a good return out of it. The kid can run. There's no doubt about that.
Rosenberg Terry does come up with a win tonight, so District 10-5A 1-0 today. Friendswood looking to make it 2-0. Again, ball is on the Clearbrook 40-yard line. They are 60 yards away from the score here. 6:37 left here in the ball game. Porter, that ball already flagged before they got this thing off. We're going to false start that one and bring it back a few. Porter will start again, 1st and 15 now for the Wolverines. Just shoot yourself in the foot. We talked about it again. Here you go. You want to have a good drive, and your first play is a false start.
And those are so frustrating. You know, they've gone over these plays over and over, practiced them a million times. The false start, that is really nothing the defense has done. That is you yourself just making a mistake. That is so frustrating as a coach.
Porter's got 3 receivers to the left side, single receiver up top. Looking for that screen. Set it up. Was not full. Ryan Helton was not full. Set there, and they got a few, but Helton was right there sniffing that out.
He did a great job. I think he's mad he didn't pick that one off.
Sure.
But he made the sack, and again, Elliott Spiller is just getting in there, making some.
He is having a great game. You know, we don't call his name a lot on the tackle, but he is making life hectic back there for Shane Porter, quarterback.
Absolutely.
2nd down and 11 for the Wolverines out of that 4-yard catch. Porter back to pass. Got time, fires one out. That ball's in or so. Incomplete. Oh, my goodness. It was in and out of the hands of Trey Mapp. Mapp is going to beat himself up over that one. It was a tip ball, and you do the tip drill probably every day in practice.
As he smacks himself in the helmet, he's mad at himself.
Absolutely.
That was right there.
Brings up now a 3rd and 11. 5:51 left here in the ball game. Trips formation for the Wolverines on top. Single receiver down below. Thompson in the backfield. Little pitch out to Thompson. Thompson got some room. 40, 45, 50. Goodness gracious. He's just trying to find that open grass, and Friendswood's doing a great job of just getting that grass down. Matt brought him out of bounds that time, along with Jackson Stevens.
And it looks like they're just trying to get Thompson the ball early. So he has some green grass, try to use those feet he's got to get out there and make some moves. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get it to him early.
1st down and 10 now in Mustang territory. Lacey, handoff right side. Goes through one tackle, about 2 or 3 yards on that one. Looks like Reyes couldn't quite bring him down on that. Then brought down, looked like Seth Downs in on the tackle when it was all said and done. Second down and 6. Twin receivers to both sides. Lacey offset to Porter's right.
Looked like a
Got some
little bit of
movement.
move. Yeah, I was going to say.
Got to keep that hand down, big fella. Oh,
That's right.
Coach Flores just, come on. I mean, every positive, taking a little step back. You got 5:11 left. You want to get this thing, you got to clean that up right there.
It's going to be tough. It's so tough when you shoot yourself in the foot like that. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's a very hard thing to do. It's frustrating, I know.
Twin receivers to both sides. Porter, Lacey in the backfield. Porter looking to pad, looking for Lacey. Now he's going to run, dumps it to Lacey. Lacey caught. Jackson Stevens rolls him out of bounds. About the 40-yard line. It's going to be a little short of the first. Good job from Porters to keep that thing alive and get it to Lacey.
And once again, we sound like a broken record, but great pressure once again by number 8, Elliott Spiller.
Yes.
He's getting back there almost every single time, pressuring the quarterback. Just a great job by that young man.
Third down and 3 now for the Wolverines. Twin receivers to both sides. Thompson in motion. You going to toss it? Oh, that's
looks like a busted play there.
Miscommunication. Porter just hanging on for dear life. Roney, Helton, Stevens, Reyes. I mean, you can just keep on going. My goodness. Yeah, I don't know if Thompson's supposed to go out or in, but instead he runs right into Porter.
Well, we mentioned earlier the execution at the time it needs to be executed, and it wasn't executed correctly. 4:20, and it's counting down on the clock. It's going to be very tough for them to come back at this point.
Absolutely. Going forward here on 4th down and 6. Outside pressure. Abel doesn't get it. Porter gonna be dropped. Defense holds yet again. And guess who? Spiller. Well-deserved. Spiller's in on that one, as he should be. Porter comes off just frustrated as all heck. Look,
well, the initial pressure was number 41, Nick Abel. Just gave the pressure. Spiller made the tackle. Again, we've talked about it all night about they're going there on their strength, which is their defense. We talked to the coaches before the game, that D-line, the linebackers. Just they're playing well. They're playing as one unit. And getting those 11 guys to play as one unit, such a huge accomplishment.
And Porter, you can just see, unfortunately for him, he's lost the confidence in his lineman. He's shaking his head and blowing his hands up like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do, Coach. For Friendswood, 4:12 left for win number 2 on the season, up 19-7 on the Wolverines. I would expect a heavy dose of some tailback, and we'll get it with Palitz right here. Runs outside, stays in bounds. Second down and 7 now coming up for the Mustangs.
I would be in no hurry if I was the Mustangs.
reason to be
Absolutely
at
no
all.
hurry. Let that play clock wind down about 8-9 seconds. Get the play ready. Snap that ball. Run it. Let Clearbrook use those timeouts real quick. Get that out of the way. And hopefully we can end this here in a few minutes.
Again, next week we'll be back on Friday night live from Henry Winston Stadium, where we'll be playing the LaPorte Bulldogs, the same LaPorte Bulldogs that beat Clearbrook last week 42-10. Palitz around the left side. Gets to the 50, 45, run out of bounds. Well, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds right inside the 45-yard line.
But
that will be enough, though, for a first and
down.
10.
Yep.
Another couple of sets of down, and another first down or so. This thing is all in the books for the Friendswood Mustangs.
And this really is just bread and butter football. It's just power football. Let your D-line come in, make some big plays. Now you got the ball on offense. Feed it to the backs. Let the big boys up front. Push that line back. You control that line of scrimmage. And that's just old school.
Love it.
Back when you and I played, the
Absolutely.
old days.
School.
Old days of football.
Hand off this time to Tomko in
Nice
for
move.
Palitz. Tomko picks up about 4, maybe 5. We'll give him 4 on that carry. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to grab 4 carry, let that clock roll down. Give credit to the Clearbrook band. They're still just, I don't know what the word is, jiving. That's probably not the right word. But I like it, whatever it is.
They're into it. Hey, all the band kids that play in these bands at the high school, it is it's a job. It is work. They work so hard. They got to keep their grades up. They do so many great things. Look at Gurdon scooting through there.
On the keeper for
like
the
a man
first.
on a mission.
He is nice job. He wanted 6 on that one, Coach. I love it. Cool hand Luke. About to put his head down that last one. I like it.
He was rumbling, bumbling, stumbling for the first
sir,
down, wasn't he?
Absolutely. First and 10. 2:30 and counting.
For a minute there, number 2, I thought it was Tyler Page out there running, you know?
Yes. You don't see him back every now and then, but if you want to see him, you got to catch him on Saturday afternoons up there in Dallas.
Absolutely. Him and Ben Redding.
Yes.
Gurdon's had a really nice game. The second half
He really
especially.
has.
He's had a really nice game. Second half, he's got some good passes in, made good play calls, hands off when he needs to.
Payless outside, 30, 25. Is that
Beach,
Beach
get in
in there? Get in the hole. No, it's not.
He wants one.
Mr. Miller's leaving. That must mean the ball game's over. 2 minutes left here in this ball game. Friendswood on top, 97. Well, they are not one to go with 19. They want to get 20. Want to get 26 on the board here. Jared Veach, you're right.
Just build some confidence on these last couple of minutes here. Try to work on some plays you didn't normally work on. Want to thank everybody out there listening, of course.
Absolutely.
Miss Pepper Smith is listening, and she's 50 years. 50 years in education, Kirk.
Oh, Veach coughs it up.
No.
You talk about Pepper Smith. We're talking about Veach on the cough up. We should have kept talking about Pepper Smith.
We should have.
Golly. Well, there you go. All right.
We still
Jared
thank her for
Veach.
listening, though.
Yes, absolutely. That was nothing on you.
And she still has 50 years in.
And you can't take that away no matter what happened on the field. Jared Veach, he was trying for that little extra yard and just got that thing coughed up there at the end. So Friendswood will turn that ball over. So the Clearbrook offense will come back on the field one more time. 1:34 and counting. Friendswood defense, pin your ear back and go get him right here in that end zone. Nice little safety, maybe right in the middle of that C. Porter, quick pass. There it is. No, it's going to be, I think he caught it outside right about the 1 yard line. He did. Boy, they were hungry for that deuce.
They were.
Oh, my goodness.
Porter's pass is complete. Number 3, Lorenzo Thompson.
Well, Lorenzo Thompson had nowhere to go. We got Haynes in there first.
Haynes has had a really good game tonight, too, Kirk.
Yes, he
He's had
has.
interception. Probably should have had 2 interceptions, and then that a stop right there. Again, we're hanging our hat on our defense. Friendswood Mustangs have played great tonight. All the backers, all those guys up front, a great job.
Handoff, Lacey gets some yardage. Still rumbling, still rumbling. Down to the 24-yard line. Gives them a little bit of breathing room here with 47 seconds left. And that's add to Lacey's stats for sure.
That's a tough run for that young man. He keeps his legs a-churning. He's only a sophomore. Kirk, he's going to be good. He's good now. He's going to be good as he gets older.
Twin receivers to both sides for the Wolverines. Porter back to pass. Spiller a little pressure. Porter, that ball's incomplete through the hands of number 81, Jacob Lewis. 33 seconds left here in this ball game. Friendswood's going to win this thing 19-7 right now. Imagine that score will continue unless Wolverines have just some sort of magic up their sleeve. Second down and 10 now for the Wolverines. Trips formation right side. Porter rolls to his right, being chased by Stevens, throws across his body, and another drop by Jacob Lewis. That's 2 in a row for that young man.
And again, pressured by the defense. Jackson Stevens, as you mentioned it, just chasing after Porter. He looks like he's been running all night trying to get away.
He has been, yes.
The Mustangs are just giving that pressure.
Third down and 10, 27 seconds left here. And again, we will sign off after this game is over and join you guys again next Friday night back at Henry Winston Stadium. Friends will play their last non-district game of the season. Play LaPorte, then take a week off, and then it's the fun time. District 10-5A. Porter unloads. He's got an arm into double coverage. That ball was swatted down. Look at Bryant Wade, along with
Trey Mapp.
Mapp, yeah. Wade Mapp, good coverage for both those guys on that.
Yeah, nobody's foot on that with only 25
No.
seconds on the clock. They're just going to throw it down there and get a big bomb. Bryant Wade with him stride for stride.
Like
Good
Wade,
coverage by him.
And what I like about Wade, too, he didn't try to go for the pick and lose. He just swats that ball down, gets it down. We're trying to get a win. He's not about the stat right there.
Absolutely.
So 4th down and 10. It will be a punting situation now for the Wolverines. Porter in there doing the punting duty. Clearbrook will start the season 0-2. And your Mustangs for Friendswood will start 2-0. Very reminiscent of last year. Had a nice start to the season, then got into that gauntlet of district. We're going to burn a timeout here, and I'm going to let you explain why. Not enough. Wrong personnel. That's my guess right there. Wrong personnel.
I guess so.
I don't think we're strategizing right now. Is that a word? Strategizing?
Sure. Why not? I'm a math teacher. What do I know about strategizing?
I couldn't tell you. All I know is I hear Guns N' Roses. This thing must be about over right here. We had some good – I'm going to say this. A little side note. We had good music here tonight at Challenger Stadium. Between the whoever's on the mic over there doing a great job. Cody and Jacob look at us. I don't even know what these songs are, but that's okay. It's okay. We'll set y'all up with a little playlist later. It's not Ariana Grande, fellas. Sorry. I apologize. Ariana fans out there. Hope Miss Pepper Smith's not an Ariana fan. 4th and 10 now for the Wolverines. Get this last kick off. Friends will then take a knee, let this thing be academic, and get this one in the books. Ball is going to hit at the 50. Nice roll. It's going to roll out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Where Friendswood again will come in, take a knee. Because we haven't talked about this yet, but let's do it right now. Offense and defense, players of the game. And I know there's a lot of guys. We've called a lot of names tonight, and I'll be honest with my gut feeling. First of all, the defense as a whole, let's just give them credit.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
As a whole, every play there was 3 or 4 guys over there. If I had to stand, you can't ever go against Dane Roney, the game he had. Forget the he'll never forget the touchdown. But I'm saying, irregardless of that, he had a great defensive game with a couple of sacks. Elliott Spiller had a great game as well.
Right. Well, even though he wasn't one making the sacks, he puts the pressure on that quarterback.
To bring the ball to the Dane Roneys of the world. So,
absolutely. It's almost like an assist in basketball. You know?
Absolutely. But, there's so many guys on the defensive that front 7 night. The secondary was strong as well. But I tell you what, it's tough for me not just to call it a guy. But if I had to, I guess just on stat alone, I'm giving it to Dane Roney.
I would have to agree with you on that.
Dane Roney had a super game. You can't take away those sacks he had. And, again, I think the touchdown puts him over the top for me. Offensively, what do you think about some of these guys tonight, Coach?
Well, we've had a great – Gurdon, I think, in the second half played really, really well. I don't know his stats. I don't have them on my hand right now. But I think he had a very efficient second half, completed the passes, called the plays well, handed off when he needed to hand off to the right running backs. He had to run himself to get about 6 yards. He took a shot. I'm telling you, he held in there for that long pass down and took a shot, knowing he was going to get hit.
Absolutely.
We saw it up here, so he knew it down there. So I think Gurdon's done a great job this second half. I'd have to probably go with Luke Gurdon in this game.
I'm not going to argue with that. The only person I think would come close would be Paylitz in the runs he had in the first half especially. But, again, Gurdon, cool hand Luke. I'll tell you what, he did a great job. And I think for me what sets it for him is that last run he had when you're already winning, the game's over. Mm-hmm. And he put his head down after taking some big hits tonight and trying to get more. That's just a true competitor right there. And I like to see what I'm seeing on the field right now. Both teams coming together again, showing some love together. This is Friendswood through and through. Friendswood's now 8-0 in the last 8 games. But some quality. This is neighbor and neighbor right here, Coach.
That's a neat thing going on. A lot of these boys have played together.
Yes,
whether it's in the Broncos League, they probably played in the basketball leagues together. They played in all the sports and baseball and stuff like that, played together. Yeah. And as they go kneel down for a prayer, I'm assuming here at the end of the game, great sportsmanship by both sides of Friendswood. And I know 90% of these guys know each other from when they were younger.
Absolutely. And your enemies for a while at the end of the day now, you're still all high school football players and you're competitors and you respect the guy. You may think you can beat him, but you respect the guy, across the line from you. So, great show right there. Again, next Friday night, we will be live from Henry Winston Stadium, 7 o'clock kickoff versus the LaPorte Bulldogs. Again, I'm just going to Jacob, great job tonight. Cody, great job tonight. We're going to get better every week. If we can just get the internet guys to support us, we would be even better. But we're going to get there. Josh, great game tonight. Appreciate it. Thanks for being out here with me. I tell you what, your interview at halftime was scintillating.
Well, anytime you get Parker Garcia on the mic,
yes,
just look out.
Absolutely.
It is must-hear broadcasting.
All right, for Cody, Jacob, Josh Fritz, myself, I'm Kirk Lowe. We're signing off again. Thank y'all for joining us. We'll see you next Friday. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank y'all.